Hi, hi there everyone. Welcome to try 2 of me playing Taco's Root. Pray, cross your fingers, do whatever. Hope that my internet is better today. Let's pray that my internet doesn't die as much today. Like, please, I beg. Please. Okay then. I don't want to wait more just in case we have that. So let's start. Let's put this on here. And let's start already. I don't want more problems. You guys are pogging, I see. We were at the festival in the New Year's. Okay. Let's go.
正月くらいノリを合わせてくれよ。
Okay, I think they were going to have some snacks for New Year's now. Granny offered me the cup. I wasn't completely opposed to amasake, so I accepted it, then took a small sip. The hot, sweet, viscous fluid entered my mouth. Why did you choose those words? Okay.
どうだダメだったか
いや、ただ酒の味がするのにアルコールじゃないのが理解できない。
This was my honest opinion, but Taco burst out laughing. Okay, I think I should put the volume just a tiny bit higher. I think this will be okay.
当たり前だろ。何言ってんだお前は。
Tackling, Taco took the cup back and took another sip.
よし、それじゃ行くか。
And so we set off into the flow of the crowd. As we walked down the path, I saw a cluster of people gathering in an open area up ahead. It's been a while since I read anything. Also, let me close the window. People being noisy. Okay. In the center stood Sakaki, chatting amidly and accompanied by Igarashi.
おい、あれって
榊だな。
親しみやすさをアピールってところか。
Taco muttered quietly to himself as he watched Sakaki chat with the people around him. Over the past few years, the Takasato Kumi had worked to improve their reputation with the residents and tourists of the Great Avaro neighborhood. Their efforts included holding a variety of sponsored events. Oh my god. Okay. Of sponsored events, building an accessibly focused shopping mall, cleaning up the residential streets, and more. Maybe this had an effect on the upper class and tourists, but the people struggling with poverty every day, for the people struggling with poverty every day, nothing changed. Still, Sakaki was probably eager to start taking charge of the next leader of the gang.
あ、ターじゃねえか。
When he spotted me, Sakaki raised a hand in greeting. Then he and Igarashi walked over.
村瀬先生もチーター新年を祝うことはできねえんだが、今年もよろしく。
よろしくお願いします。
Igarashi frequented our clinic as a patient, so Taku and I knew him well. Igarashi is like the puppy of this game. He's so precious, please.
こちらこそよろしくお願いします。
いやー、本当は来るのをやめようか迷ったんだがな。親父のことがあるからよ。ただまあ、様子を見るだけなら問題ねえかと思ってな。
小太郎たちも似たようなこと言ってた。
ああ、そうか。みんな考えることは同じなんだな。
Sakaki swiftly reached into his jacket pocket. Then he pulled out a thick leather wallet, licked his thumb, and started leafing through the bills.
だったけ、これはトアの分だ。
free money. He proceeds to hand me 50,000. I think it's 1,000 yen. It was nothing. So let's go, kind of.
いや
いいからほら
I had no interest in accepting his money, so I kept both hands in my pockets. Then he pushed the bill against my chest. Redundantly, I accepted.
こっちは先生の分あとはおまけで五十嵐お前もだついてるな
Lucky boy. He offered ones of cans to Taco and Igarashi too.
おおマジっすかいいっすかやったーさすが親父太っ腹
Igarashi is so precious, please must be protected. Wow. Can't you tell I haven't speak like at all the whole day? Let me drink some water. Oh my god. When I say I don't speak if I'm not streaming, I really mean it. Igarashi was every bit as swallow as he looked, so naturally he was over the moon. Taku, however, hesitantly shook his head.
さすがに受け取れません。
まあそう言わないでくださいよ先生今日は一年がこれから始まるという日だ今日限りだと思って受け取ってくださいそれにこいつはトアの世話をしてくれてる礼の意味もあるんだね
主治医なので世話をしているという感覚ではないのですがお言葉に甘えさせていただきます
Taku wasn't the type who could say no to something like that. He accepted the money even more reluctantly than I had.
そこに出てる餅は食ったがなかなかうまかったぞ
ああ俺買ってきます
And there he goes. Without waiting for me or Taku to respond, Igarashi ran off like the lab that he was. Sakaki watched him go with a smile.
あいつ頭があんまり良くねえが心根はまっすぐだからなどうにもほっとけねえんだ
犬に似てる
Don't say that.
そうなんだよバカで容量悪くてよく失敗するんだがよ尻尾を振ってまたありつかれると邪険にできなくてなついつい餌やっちまう
He nodded to himself like a wise old grandfather. Then someone's phone started ringing.
あ俺だなちょっと失礼
He pulled his cell phone out of his jacket pocket and put it to his
どうした
ear.
あどっからだそうだ
Is that really the iPhone alarm? Do you have an iPhone? Oh wow. Okay then, okay. Flexing there. I watched it in real time as his face slowly grew harder and
分か
darker.
ったそっちは任せる
Once the call was over, he looked back at us, still menacing.
急に戻りの用ができちまった正月早々ついてねえわ餅は五十嵐からもらってくれ
And with that, he strode away.
困ったもんだ
Taku let out a sign. Then he handed me the money Sakaki had given
酒
him.
でも買え
いや
But before I could finish, he stuffed the money into my coat pocket. When I tried to give it back, I realized Taku was frozen in place, looking at something ahead. A man in a suit was walking towards us. It was Tono. He was accompanied by another man I didn't recognize, but his calm, dignified air suggested he wasn't a Takasatokan. Yeah. Then Tono noticed us and made a beeline straight to us. I was still holding the money from Taku, so for the time being, I put it back in my pocket.
これは村瀬先生とトワじゃないか。
He smiled, speaking in a courteous tone. Taku looked back at him in silence. His smile hadn't changed, but I could feel a hint of tension in the air.
親父のことは残念だが、新しい年を迎えたわけだし、お互いにそろそろ本気を出していかないとな。いろいろと。
Wait, what do you mean about the clothes? He's just wearing a suit and then a jacket and then a scarf. He's wearing layers. That's it. He's wearing layers. He regarded me with a meaningful look.
トワ、お前村瀬先生にずっと厄介になるつもりなのか？なんならこっちで腕の良い医者を紹介してやるぞ。
いい。
別に村瀬先生にこだわる必要もないんだろ。
Shut up. I don't like Tono.
タクでいい。
迷惑をかけるだけのわがままになってるんじゃないのか？
I don't like you. Shut up. Taku looked at me in surprise, then turned back to Tono.
迷惑だと思ったことはないから今のままで構わん。
At this, Tono exhaled like he was done caring.
そうか。ならいいんだ。それじゃまた。
His mom I like that. I will take that. One second. He was there. With that brusque farewell, he set off, and the other man followed close behind him.
こういう大々的な行事の時はどこに行っても高里組が総出でうろうろしてるな。
Taku looked at me as he murmured quietly.
前にも言ったが高里組とはあまり付き合うなよ。
He loved to nag me about this, probably because he didn't have a high opinion of the Takasato Gumi, and he especially didn't get along with Tono. Taku downed his now cold amazake, then walked to the nearest trash can and threw away the cup.
すみません、お待たせしました。
Poor Igarashi, he has been left behind. Just then, a flurry of loud footsteps heralded the return of Igarashi, carrying chopsticks and a plastic take-out tray of mochi in each hand.
安倍川と磯辺と醤油、とりあえず全部買ってきました。で、あれ？榊さんは？
Around his neck, a chain? They look so nice, please. Food pics, they are back, guys. Food pictures, they are here again.
帰ったぞ。
マジっすか？
With a yelp, he thrust the chopsticks and mochi containers at us.
ああ、これどうぞ。じゃあまた。榊さん！
He's so cute. Then he ran off into the crowd. With a cackle, Taku watched him go. Just like that, the tension eased.
なんていうか本当に犬みたいだな。
俺が知り合った頃からずっとあんな感じだ。
ほっとけないってのもわかる気がするな。ま、ほっとけないのはお前も同じだが。
犬と一緒か。
性格と見た目が違うだけで大きくくくればそうかもな。
Nah, he's a cat. Always a cat. He has cat energy. Like a stray cat energy. He looked down at the mochi containers and smiled.
この餅せっかくだからあったかいうちに食べようぜ。人が少ないところへ行こう。ちなみにお前この中じゃどの餅が好きなんだ？
He probably doesn't care.
どれでも。
Exactly. Taku slammed his shoulder in exasperation.
じゃあ俺は磯辺と醤油を食べるからお前は安倍川担当な。この安倍川結構砂糖が多そうだからな。
全部は無理。
分かってるよ。
He stepped off the past in search of somewhere quieter. After we ate our mochi, we decided it was time to head back to the clinic, so we made our way to the parking lot where we left the car. As we walked through the crowd path, Taku spotted something in the distance and frowned. I followed his gaze and spotted a little boy yelling excitedly to his parents. Maybe Taku was thinking about Hayato. The little boy was about Hayato's age after all. Maybe it reminded him of what happened with Asakura. But I have no intention of bringing it up again, so I shifted my gaze back to the crowd. Beyond the countless people praying to find happiness in the new year ahead, I could see a tall tower looming distantly. But this was no radio tower, no, it was a surveillance tower used by the Takasato Gumi to ensure none of their debtors tried to flee Shinkomi. The surveillance towers tracked the movements of the web tag forcibly implanted in them, and any who tried to escape were either arrested or killed. No matter how happy the shrine visitors may have looked on the outside, any number of them could be in debt. Just then I realized Taku was gone. We must have gotten separated while I was distracted by the surveillance tower. But before I could start walking, someone grabbed my arm from behind. Oh. I turned to find Taku standing there, looking frightened.
気をつけろよ。はぐれたら危ない。
He's not a kid though. This made me laugh.
どうした？
俺のこといくつだと思ってるんだよ。
いくつになってもお前はフラフラしてるからな。
だったらなおさらはぐれたところでいつもと変わらないだろ。
お前の場合ちょっと目を離した隙に道端で倒れてたとしても不思議じゃない。
I mean, he's not wrong. He has a track record, so he's not wrong. His expression was that serious, so I decided to give in. Times like this, Taku was always stubbornly overprotective of me. Side by side once more, we headed off to the parking lot.
ああ、そういやな。今年から診療時間を変えようと思ってるんだ。
何時？
開始時間は変わらん。終了時間を午前1時から0時に変えようと思ってる。
1時間か。大して変わった感じがしないな。
そうでもないぞ。それに俺も不在にすることが増えるかもしれん。最悪臨時休業になる。
なんで？
忙しいんだよ。
新しい勉強？
At this, Taku averted his gaze and nodded. His response was vague at best, but I didn't intend to keep digging. So instead I walked on in silence. Okay, Shan. Oh, Shinkomi dines from 8 to 6. Happy New Year, rumors say a new drag is making the rounds. We have got the scoop. Is Sakaki Hideyasu confirmed to be the next Takasato leader? Rumors of ghost sighting. Happy New Year, everyone. Chief Editor here. Keep an eye on your inbox. This year I will be serving up even more hot gossip. I cannot read. An insightful commentary, free of charge. I mean, you probably got the emails of them, not in the most legal way, so... Five days later, the festive spirit is still lingering in the air as the winter holidays officially came to an end. Like all the rest, Murasaki once again opened for business. Rei and Arimura walked in and started getting things prepped.
そういえば診療時間が変わったんですよね。
Arimura mused to himself as he passed me in the waiting room.
不満？
いえ、ただ最近先生が疲れているような気がして、診察室の先生の机も散らかっていることが多いので。
Without a single glance at me, he continued down the hall. I was under the impression that Taku's messy desk was nothing new, but maybe it has gotten bad enough for Arimura to take notice. With that thought on my mind, I took my seat behind the reception counter. Me, I couldn't care less about the holidays. Taku had woke me up early that morning, and I felt like shit. But even when I sleep in, I always experience chronic illness, this time of the year. For some inexplicable reason, I always felt sick during the winter holidays. Even Taku couldn't figure out what was wrong with me. He concluded it had to be some sort of seasonal or psychosomatic thing. English! At that time, Ray invited me out to a dinner. Taku had invited me too, but he told us Taku was invited too, but he told us he was too busy to come.
忙しいのはわかるけど、年明け早々からちょっと根詰めすぎだと思わない？
It seems that the internet is working nice today, but I'm even worse at reading than usual, which is not ideal, but whatever. Ray ground, pointing his lip as he scraped up the last bite of his seafood gratin with his spoon.
まあ休み明けって患者さんが殺到するから確かに忙しいんだけどね。だからって昼休みを返上してまで診察するっていうのは熱心だけど個人的にちょっとどうかなって思うのよね。っていうかタク、なんだかすごくがむしゃらに見えるんだけど、正月に何かあった？
何も。
I sipped my coffee, then shook my head. Placed in front of me was a bowl of bean soup. Ray had ordered it on my behalf.
今年から診療時間も1時間短縮だし、そんなに勉強が忙しいの？タクが何の勉強してるか聞いてる？
いや。
本当に大丈夫かしら？
あ、すみません。デザートお願いします。
After he finished his gratin, he flagged down a passing waitress to order something else. Then he went back to scolding at me.
タクって優しいしおおらかだけど、時々線引きをしてるように感じるのよね。こっちが突っ込まない限り向こうも突っ込んでこないっていうか、まあそれが心地いい距離感にもなってるんだけど、今度真面目に何の勉強をしてるのか聞いてみようかな。
He took a sip of his iced coffee out late. Of his iced coffee, whatever. Then brought his chin on his elbow and sang.
頑張るのが悪いとは言わないけど、医者が自分自身を大事にしないなんて説得力ないわよね。
Just then the waiters returned carrying Ray's dessert. Instantly his face brightened.
きたー！いちごヨーグルトサンデー！
Don't give me envy, dude. His grumpy scowl was now a thing of the past. He grabbed his spoon without missing a beat.
冷たくて美味しい。
I watched him wearily as I sipped my lukewarm coffee.
1月によくそんなもの食べる気になるな。
どんなに寒くても甘いものは別なの。暖房のガンガン効いた部屋で食べるアイスとか最高じゃない？
どうだか。
I grabbed the pack of sticks off the table, pulled one out, and lit it up. Instantly Ray scowled.
また食事中にタバコ吸ってる。
もうデザートだからいいだろ。
私にとってはデザートがメインなの。でも年越しから年明けにかけて少し太っちゃったのよね。お餅が美味しくてついつい。
He averted his eyes sadly as he stirred his sundae.
で、それを食べるのか？
だからカロリー控えめのいちごヨーグルトサンデーにしたのよ。わかるでしょ？
全然。
I shook my head, then turned away from him to examine the smoke. He glared back at me, then took a bite.
ねえ急に話が変わるんだけどさ
With a tense look on his face, he set his spoon down and leaned across the table to whisper.
あの人わかる新聞読んでる人
I followed Ray's gaze to the counter where a man sat reading the paper. He had it spread out so widely I couldn't see his face.
あの人とわの知り合い
いや
さっきね新聞の影からこっちを見てたのよ私が気づいたらすぐに新聞を読むふりに戻ったけどその後もまたチラチラ見てたの何なのかしらストーカ
I scrutinized the man at the counter, but he never looked up from his paper. Then he rose to his feet, paid his bill, and left the
ー
table.
どうしようすごいこと思いついちゃった
Ray looked at me, his eyes widened in realization. At some point, while I wasn't looking, he had completely polished off his hand. He eats so fast.
私を一目見ようと追ってきた熱烈なファンだったりして
Why Towa got so many obsessed people, I wonder.
ねえねえどう思う
While he was clearly joking, I could tell part of him was hoping to get some sort of reaction out of me. But I had no interest in playing along. With a sign, I set my cigarette on the ashtray and sipped my coffee.
ねえちょっと一言でいいから何か言いなさいよじゃないと私がバカみたいじゃないも
Grabbing, he grabbed my ulterior and thought spin shop and started eating it out of spite.
うっていうかちゃんと食べないと冗談抜きで死ぬわよあんた
いつもお前の手料理は食べてるだろ
何よ私に毎日作れっていうの食べてくれるのは嬉しいけどなんだか複雑だわ
Ignoring his catty remarks, I finished my coffee. More importantly, who was that man just now? If Ray was to be believed, then he was watching us for some reason, and it wouldn't be the first time a Euphoria fan stalked me. In that case, it would mean he was watching me. No, maybe I'm overthinking it. It was entirely possible that that man wasn't even looking at us on purpose. As I ruminated on it, I picked up my cigarette and took a long drag. At the end of lunch, we went back to the clinic, and the afternoon shift began. The patients waiting outside of all filled in, filling the benches in the lobby. As I quickly carried out my receptionist duties, the flow of patients slowed to a halt. 10 minutes went by without any words, so I dialed the extension for the exam room, but nobody picked up. Wait, no one is in the exam room? Shouldn't be Rei, Taku, Arimura, someone be on there? I set the phone back down in the counter, then left my seat. I walked down the hall to the exam room, but right before I opened the door, I froze. I could hear Taku talking inside.
ああそれはそうだああいやまだだそう簡単にはいかない時間がかかる分かってる
Apparently he was on the phone. His voice was a low whisper, and it sounded serious. But I couldn't tell who he was talking to or what it was about.
待ってくれ分かったそれじゃあ仕事に戻る
Then I hear a heavy sign. Evidently the phone call was over. I opened the door to the exam room.
どうか
He looked at me with tired eyes.
内線かけたんだけど電話中だったんだな
ああちょっと急用でなすまん
He averted his gaze, rubbing the back of his hand. This, plus what I overheard, suggested it wasn't a very fun phone call. His smokes swayed erratically.
根の詰めすぎで心配だってさ
何の話だ？
昼にレイが言ってた。お前を心配してる。
His lips curl in a guilty smile.
そうか。だが大丈夫だ。こう見えても医者だからな。自分の限界はわきまえてる。
勉強ってのも具体的に何をやってるのか知りたがってた。
って言われてもな。説明したところでわからんだろ
直接聞くってさ。
う。そうか。
He looked away, nodding. Whatever he was working on, he didn't seem to want to discuss it.
そんなに話したくないことなのか？
He looked at me, perplexed.
まあそうかもな。さっきも言った通り説明してもわからんだろ
う。じゃあレイにそう言ってやれ。
な。
As he murmured vaguely, I left the exam room. The Taco I knew was an honest, straightforward guy, and he sucked at hiding things. This was the first time he had ever tried to hide something that wasn't a fun surprise. Not only that, but there had to be something behind all the studying Ray was concerned about. I had known Taco for a long time, but that didn't mean I knew all there was to know about him. Human beings were complex creatures. It wouldn't surprise me to learn there was more to him than just honest and straightforward. And he did have a secret side, honestly. I was curious to see it for myself. And if he did have a secret side, honestly, I was curious to see it for myself. Okay. If there was a side to him that neither Ray nor I had discovered.
お前こそ偽善が板についてるよ。
大学時代からしてまともな医者になれるとは思ってなかった。
異常者だ。
My curiosity was never so faintly piqued. Hydration check. That evening, the front doors flew open and pure chaos stormed in.
ちょっと休館よ。
Ray staggered in, dragging a man who could barely keep himself up straight. This came as something of surprise, since Ray had only just left to deliver a forgotten item to a patient.
とはタクに行ってきて。五十嵐君よ。
No! Sorry enough, I could recognize Igarashi's face through the swelling. I rose to my feet, left the reception counter, and headed to the exam room. Igarashi, baby!
額の傷が少し大きいが縫うほどじゃないな。他の傷も大丈夫だろう。
While Taku worked to swiftly treat his patient, Igarashi grimaced, possibly from the sting of the disinfectant. His clothing was torn here and there.
よし、終わったぞ。で、喧嘩したって？
Whips. Once he finished bandaging Igarashi's aunt, Taku looked back at him with a mixture of sympathy and knowing amusement.
俺のせいじゃないんすよ。なんか街歩いてたら急に因縁ふっかけられて。それで。
Igarashi bit his lip in frustration. I was thinking, I know it's hard to believe, I was thinking, because there are possibilities about what happened.
しかも向こうは5人だったんすよ。勝てるわけないじゃないすか。もうされるがままにボッコボコですよ。そしたらレイさんが助けてくれて、本当に命拾いしました。
Nearby, Raid pulled his arm and signed.
さっき患者さんの忘れ物を届けに行ったじゃない。その帰りよ。喧嘩に巻き込まれたくないから通り過ぎようとしたら五十嵐君が見えて慌てて止めに入ったの。
本当にありがとうございました。
Igarashi turned to Ray and bowed deeply. In return, Ray hastily waved both hands.
いいのよ、気にしないで。でも因縁ふっかけられたなんて災難だったわね。
At this, Igarashi's expression darkened.
最近組がちょっと荒れてるんすよ。みんな殺気立ってる感じで。そのせいなんじゃないっすかね。
荒れてるの？どうして？
まあいろいろあって、妙な噂が流れたりとか、そういうので上の人たちがピリピリしてるんすよ。そのとばっちりが下にも広がってるっていうか。榊さんが次の組長確定ってことで納得いかない奴らもやっぱりいるんすよね。特に遠野さん側の連中とかそうなんで、そのうち組を離れるんじゃないかって思ってます。
なるほどね。
お前たちも人事じゃないぞ。いつどこで何に巻き込まれるかわからんからな。十分に気をつけろよ。
Igarashi nodded intently.
そうっすね。もし何かあったら言ってください。俺で役に立ちそうなことがあったら何でもするんで。
助かるよ。だがその怪我を治すのが先だな。3日くらいだったらまた店に来てくれ。
はいせー。
He gave Taku a faint salute and smacked his injury in the process, making him grimace. Oh my god. Why I cannot read what at all today when they are talking, I don't have problem following what they say, but when I have to read out loud, I can't. Why? Taku and Ray both laughed. His antics were so damn dog-like, even I smiled a tiny bit. Bruh. Up. Another dream. Well, more like nightmare. No, please, not the... I hate this sound. Where am I? My ears were ringing. The scenery ripped like a heat haze, and I couldn't recognize anything. The world was distorted, like I was squinted through warped glass. A scarlet light reflected in all directions, casting a red tint. I struggled to get my fuzzy brain to focus. At the very least, I could tell I wasn't at the clinic. So where am I? Oh, I hate stop. I squinted at the scenery, ripped like the surface of a lake. I could sense a lot of people buzzing with energy. Shadows swayed against the walls, silhouetted by the light. Then I realized my ears weren't actually ringing. As the drone grew louder and louder, I recognized it as the sound of people talking. I couldn't understand what they were saying. The voices all overlapped with each other, a distorted harmony beating against my eardrums. The drone of their voices kept swelling and swelling until it was a cacophony of screams. At some point, the scarlet light turned to fluid, raining down on me. The shadowy figures against the wall had vanished. Suddenly, a chill ran down my spine, like the icy tongue of a monster. Goosebumps pricked all up along my back. Then all sound ceased. Silence, terrifying silence. Someone was standing behind me. For some reason, I sensed it was a woman, even though I couldn't see her. She stood behind me without speaking a word. Who is she? Who is this woman? Slowly but surely, I looked over my shoulder. Out of the corner of my eye, I could see her delicate chin. But that was all I could see of her. My head felt like I was held in place by some kind of torture device. All I could see was her mouth. Her scarlet lipstick filled my mind. And then those lips slowly curled into a smile. I awoke, gasping for breath. My heart was pounding a million miles a minute. Choking, I clapped for air. It was the middle of the winter, and yet my whole body was slick with sweat, almost like I had risen up from the ocean depths. I sat up and glanced around. Apparently, I had dozed off on the sofa. What a shitty dream. That mystery woman and her red lipstick. I reached down, grabbed the floor bottle, and took a swing. Normally, I could drink it like water, but the moment the lukewarm fluid hit the back of my throat, I felt sick. I dropped the bottle, got up, and hurried into the bathroom. Is he going to puke? Yes. Then, after I emptied the contents of my stomach into the toilet, I collapsed on the spot. I felt weak. This was decidedly different from my usual poor health. Was it because of that awful consuming nightmare? Creepy dreams were pretty common whenever I floated in and out of consciousness, but none of them were made me outright ill. For a while I closed my eye and sat there until my racing pulse calmed down. Then I slowly rose to my feet, walked to the sink and gargled some water. While I was at it and ran the cold water over my head. Then I grabbed a towel and dried myself off as I walked back to the sofa. I grabbed my cell phone off the table. It was just past 8 p.m. I had received 2 emails, one of which was Eiji's newsteller, so I decided to check the other one first. It was from Asakura. Inside, he thanked me and explained that his dark desire had been sated. Now that it was over, he was finally confident he had no sexual interest in children. Personally, I had no interest in revisiting the past. I closed the email and navigated to the newsteller. Today's issue, Doctor Scandals, investigating doctor at T medical office, M clinic, the dark truth behind the disappearing patients. S General Hospital, the doctor who robs his female nurses? I cannot read. There is a rumor going around about the doctor at T medical office. Sources say he was one caught touching little kids in a no-no zone. We interview a former college for the school. Eiji, can you stop making up rumors? Eiji, dude. This time the topic was centered on gossip around doctors, Taku included. Asakura was one thing, but frankly, I was surprised to see there were unsavory rumors about Taku too. After all, he had a flawless reputation with the patients and locals. Maybe Eiji had made a ridiculous rumor of his own to fill the void. Stupid. I closed the newsletter and rose from the sofa. After that awful dream, I decided to go for a walk and clear my head. I pulled on my coat and stuffed my phone into my pocket. Okay, exploration part. Okay. Let's go. Move. Murash's clinic. Tono. Towa, it's you. What are you doing here? I was in the neighborhood, so I thought I could stop by, that's all. You walk here?
Yeah.
Of course not. Do you not see the car waiting for me outside? What are you doing here?
元気か?
Towa, how have you been lately? Anything happening?
別に
Not really. I see. How are things with Murashi? Going well? Pretty good, I guess. Considering the sort of people you used to be, I never once imagined you would get a job at this clinic. Life is full of mysteries, wouldn't you say?
ポジティブにまあ
You never know if tomorrow's the day you'll kneel over. Precisely, and that applies to both of us. Lately my life has been pretty peaceful, all things considered. Peaceful indeed.
本当か
Frankly, I don't see it that way.
そうか
I'm not here, see you. Alright. Shopping street. Ray? Or maybe son of Ray's friend? That's a pretty big sign. Oh! No, never mind, it's Mayu. Oh, Tomo, you hear me? I did, you sounded like Taku. He always looks so tired. Okay. Hi there, dude.
な
Something got you feeling tired too? Well, Eki invited me to pick up a seat with him at Clean Dishes. I want to play this game so badly. I want to know what they are doing over there. The cleaners? Yeah, that. He said the experience could be educational, but it was so exhausting. I'm not good at cleaning stuff, and the room was very messy. Do you know what I mean?
ポジティブに
Was it all wet? Being wet and gushy. The guy who lived there said we throw with an axe. It looked like red paint all over.
面白そう
How about it? Are you interested?
なるほど
I don't think he will be. After what it did to you, I will pass on a heavy labor, thanks. On the heavy labor. I know, right? It is heavy labor.
無理ね
I am totally bashed. I gotta go home and rest now, Towa. See you later. Okay. A motor park? No. I thought I felt someone's gaze on me. Was I just imagining it? Eh? Ah no,
Towa.
Honami. Oh my god, Towa, is that you? Hey, Honami. Are you taking a smoke break? I'm on a run, but you can probably see that. Hi there. Hey, real quick, did you see his new stellar thing?
あ
You mean ages?
信じらんない
Yeah, he's so rude. It's a lawsuit waiting to happen. It pissed me off so much. I was hoping I could take my mind off it with a little exercise, but it's not helping at all. Actually, this is probably unrelated, but lately I keep seeing Dr. Murase walking around during lunchtime. To get lunch, I assume.
それが
No, I don't think so. Sometimes I see him downtown. Other times I see him in District B. It's a fake counting after all, but it's kinda weird, you know? Towa, what do you think? Negative?
ネガティブに知らないな
Good question. I don't know much about what Taku's up to these days. Right, well, I know he's working really hard. I'm sure there is no funny business going on. I feel better now that I talked to you, but Eiji, that little
どう
rat.
かしら
I just wanna ask him, like, what exactly do you want to achieve?
そうか
He doesn't have an end goal. He just write it for the shits and giggles. Right, yeah, you're right. I mean, I'm just pissed off all over again. I'm gonna go run some more.
またね
See you later, Towa. See, this is a healthy way to deal with frustration. If someone on the internet pissed you off, instead of go and see like a spreadsheet about them, go out, exercise, do something productive. Honami, wish everyone on the internet was like you, please. Okay. Kokinoko Bridge.
おう。
Kotaro? Yep.
Yo,
Hey Kotaro. What's up? Looking for a one night stand? Nah, not really, but if I find one, then I'm down. Well, would love to offer my services, but I'm on the clock, such as hassle. I cannot read! What happened? Just the usual shit theft can't make their payments, so they try to give us the sleep. Same shit, different day. That being said, when they make me play this game every content day, it starts to wear on my fucking nerves. You feel me? Yeah, I bet.
どういうことだ？
I mean, why get alone if you know you can pay it? If you can pay it.
ネガティブに。いや、
If they were smart enough to think about that, they wouldn't be in this situation. That's true. You would think they would see the danger they are putting themselves in. It's like you know you might die, right?
そうか。
Man, not like it matters to me. Anyways, I gotta get going. See you later, Togo.
ああ、
See you. Someone? Nope. Where's it? Why are you It's not code 4K. You should know how Towa acts already. I felt someone's gaze again, but when I look around, I couldn't spot anything unusual. Oh! It's you. Yeah. Did you know lately there is a new drug on the streets? No word about its cause or effects. It's being passed around in back alley deals. I wonder where it's coming from. There is a lot of rumors about M Clinic in District E. Illegal drugs, outsourcing, organ trafficking, kidnapping, among other things. But could such a small clinic have the capacity for all those crimes? Lately there are eyewitnesses reports of alerts male ghosts in the deathmatch area. Anyone who investigates out of curiosity is sent to the hospital. A very violent ghost, it seems. But there has been other reports, so it's hard to say whenever it's true. If you see the ghost, I would advise you that you run.
So,
The Takasato Gumi has two factions, the Tono faction and the Sakaki faction. Tono operates primarily on the nightclub, adult entertainment, and resort industries, while Sakaki specializes in debt collection and web tap implants. Sakaki handles much more important work. Maybe it's because he has been with the gang for so long.
続き。
The truth is, the Takasato Gumi is threatening to split in two. I hear they are on the verge of falling apart. Lately, there have been a lot of executive meetings. They will probably choose a new leader soon. Hopefully, it doesn't lead to a shootout like last time. How do you know all of these?
別に。
Okay, how do you know all of that? Move to police. Yes, I think I have collected everything. As I passed by the police station, I caught sight of a figure in my peripheral vision and stopped short. It was Eiji chatting with a cop. Come to think of it, I had heard that they sometimes came to him to ask for intel. His info gathering skills were just that good apparently, but I had something very different on my mind. So I decided to take this opportunity to ask.
トワさん。
When he noticed me, his jaw dropped in surprise. He quickly composed himself, then bowed to the cop and headed over.
どうしたんですか？何か気になることでも？
メルマガを読んだ。
あ、はい。村瀬先生の噂についてですか。
Apparently, he had foreseen that I was going to ask.
話が早いな。
もちろん覚悟の上で記事を作ってますから。でも僕の記事は噂を面白おかしく書いた創作です。中には当たっている話もあるんでしょうけど
Okay.
事実がどうだろうと正直僕には関係ないんです。信じるかどうかは読み手次第ってやつなんで。
Imagine if actual news tellers in the real world working like that. It will be absolute chaos. AG.
クレームが来そうな話だ。
来ますよ。でも僕からしたらこの新興味で何を言ってるんだって感じですよね。そういうのが嫌なら街を出ればいいんです。
I mean, yeah, but it doesn't mean that you should do that.
高里組の負債者でなければの話ですが。
ずいぶん強気だな。
ええ、僕をどうこうしようったってそうはいきません。相手の個人情報を洗いざらい調べて返り討ちにしてやりますから。それかそいつの家に爆弾設置かな。
I guess don't mess with AG. Okay then. He cackled to himself so happily that it was almost easy to forget he just threatened to kill someone.
とまあそんな感じなんで村瀬先生の噂もあまり気にしないでください。ネタとして多めに見てもらえると助かります。
I mean, it's a bit hard.
でも村瀬先生は大丈夫だと思いますよ。たとえ悪い噂が流れたところで誠実にコツコツと仕事をしていれば噂なんてすぐに消えますから。それにたかだか僕のメルマガですよ。動画で全世界に配信されてるってわけでもないし。
Police have action nose only to make the clicks. Oh, whoa. Wait, that doesn't happen. Thank God that doesn't happen, and that haven't had left to being unable to find whatever you want to search because it's actually not there. Besides his work, AE's newsletter had a fair number of subscribers. As you could have expected from someone who boasted that information gathering was his hobby. His network was vast and his informers were myriad. But while it was hard to believe his hit piece would have no impact, at the same time he was right. Baseless rumors generally dried up. I don't know what this is, but today my English is just not working, eh? It's not working at all.
あ、それと朝倉先生、事件か何かに巻き込まれたみたいで入院してたのを知ってます？
English, yep.
ああ、
Of course I
退
knew.
院したらしいんですけど、すぐに引っ越すみたいですよ。
街を出るのか。
はい。この間朝倉先生を見かけたんですけど、前よりもすっきりしたというか、つきものが落ちたみたいな顔してました。
I guess the difference with Ikuina, like Ikuina was like searching for people that was like him, so I guess he wanted to keep doing that. But I guess for Asakura is a one-time thing.
何かいいことでもあったんでしょうか。
かもな。
まあ朝倉先生もいろいろな噂が出回ってましたからね。深夜の病院で血だらけで震えてるところを保護されたって話も聞きましたし。なので新興味を離れるのは悪い選択じゃないと思います。と予定があるんだった。トアさんそろそろ行きますね。
ああ、
それじゃまた。
Gaining from ear to ear, Ie walked off, playing with his cell phone. As I watched him go, I sensed a gaze from somewhere behind me. Again? The cop outside the station was staring me down, so I decided to make myself scarce before I got yelled at. I walked into Roos, headed to the counter and sat down in an empty seat. Customers were scarce, but before I could ask for a drink, Ray came strolling over.
とは何飲む？
Why is he angry? With one hand on his hip, he looked to be in an unusual grumpy mood.
何かあったのか。
どうして？
顔に出てる。
え？どういうこと？
シワとか。
Flustered, he pressed both hands to his cheek.
不機嫌そうな顔って意味だよ。
そういう意味ね。まあ、あったわよ。嫌なことが。あ、いつものでいい？
うん。
He passed on my order to the manager behind the counter. After a moment, I received a glass full of ice and amber liquid, but I didn't grab it. First, I pulled out my smokes.
で、嫌なことって？
I put a cigarette between my lips and lit it.
あれよ。エイジのメールマガジン。
ああ、
見たでしょ？
まあな。
嘘だってのは分かってるのよ。子供の下品な会話に毛が生えたようなネタ話よ、あんなの。でも、そうだって分かってはいても、ムカつくものはムカつくの。
He bit his thumbnail. I turned my face away to exhale the cigarette smoke, then looked back at
それ
him.
エイジに直接聞いた。
え、嘘？なんて言ってた？
今お前が言ってた通りだ。ただのネタだから気にするなって。
もうそういうことじゃないのよ。
He raised his voice, and everyone turned to look at us. At this, his eyes widened. Awkwardly, he fell silent.
はあ、大声出しちゃったじゃない。恥ずかしい。でもとにかく嫌なものは嫌なの。どうしてタクが悪く言われなきゃいけないのよ。
I forgot they translated Hasukashi to cringe. Hasukashi? Okay. It's supposed to be he's embarrassed, but okay, I will take it.
根拠のない噂なら放っておけばすぐに忘れられるだろう。
それはそうなんだけど。
Unwilling to accept it, he bit his lip in frustration. Right as I took my first sip of whiskey, the door opened.
あら？
Ray looked over and let out a jet of surprise.
タク、いらっしゃい。
Okay. At this, I looked up. Taku was walking toward the counter, still wearing his white lab coat.
この時間に珍しいわね。診察は？
患者さんが途切れたんで休憩を兼ねて少しだけな。トアに用があったんだ。どうせここにいるだろうと思って。
さすが過保護なだけある。
茶化すなよ。
Taku pretended to glare at Ray as he teased him.
だってタク最近忙しそうなのにわざわざトアのために抜けてきたんでしょ？っていうか勉強って何してるの？
急にその話か。
ずっと気になってたのよ。何の勉強してるのかなって。
For the briefest moments, Taku gaze swerved in hesitation. Then he smirked.
言ったってどうせわからんだろう。
ひどくない？
Ray made a show of pouting.
こんばんは、先生。
The manager greeted Taku from behind the counter.
こんばんは。
何か飲みます？
ああ、ぜひとも一杯やりたいところなんですが、すぐに出るのですみません。また今度ゆっくり。
Taku inclined his head in apology.
ああ、お客さんが呼んでる。はい、今行きます。
Ray noticed a customer flagging him down. flagging him down from the table in the back and hurried over. Taku watched him go, then looked back at me.
体調はどうだ？
まあまあ。
背中の傷は？
特に何も。
悪夢を見るって言ってただろう。そっちの方は？
I nodded. He pulled a white paper bag from his coat pocket and set it on the counter.
新しく処方した睡眠薬だ。効き目を強くしてあるから合わないと思ったらすぐにやめろよ。
わかった。
それじゃそろそろ戻る。飲みすぎないようにな。
With that warning, Taku inclined his head to the manager, then headed for the door. Then he waved goodbye to Ray and walked out. I turned back to the counter and looked at the paper bag. Did he come all this way just to give me this? He said he had come here on break. Couldn't he just left this on my room instead? This was going a little too far, even for a notorious worrywart like him. I was never a big fan of the controlling type. Annoyed, I raise my glass to my lips. After Rust closed for the night, I returned to my apartment on the third floor of the clinic, popped one of my new pills, and flopped down on the sofa. That night I slept without dreaming, then woke up the next day a little past 8 a.m. But I still felt like crap, just in a different way. The heavy sleep made waking up pure torture, with nausea and a headache to boot. It was possible the new meds were a bad fit for me, but I had only just started taking them, so it was hard to say. I pushed myself out of the sofa, staggered out of my room, and took the elevator to the first floor. The clinic hadn't opened yet, so the waiting room was empty, but Taku was probably already here. I walked down the hallway to the exam room. As I arrived at the door, I heard his voice. Apparently he was on the phone again. And since no one else was in the building, I could hear him clearly.
これからだ。いや、そう言われても無理だ。
What is he being medicated for? So basically, Taku has made some medicine to, I guess, make Towa don't have nightmares again. So yeah, he has taken one of those pills and he woke up feeling really like trash.
それはあまりに横暴だろ。わかった。だが本当に。ああ。頼む。
That was where the call ended. The next moment, the door suddenly flew open.
悪い。どうか。
Taku came dashing out and nearly crashed into me.
顔色が悪いな。大丈夫か。
Likewise, he looked completely exhausted himself.
そっちこそ。
ん？俺か？
顔色が悪い。
ああ。
Taku grinned bitterly. Then his expression hardened.
急な話で悪いんだが、今日は休診だ。これから出かけなきゃならなくてな。休診の札はかけておくが、それとは別に臨時休業の張り紙を貼っておいてくれ。
He dodged around me down the hall, then stopped short.
本当に急で悪いな。
He muttered over his shoulder, then grabbed the sign of the shelf near the entrance and walked out. The sign read office hours are now closed. He handed it from the doorknob, then headed to his car. I had hoped to ask him about my new prescription, but it would have to wait. Tasked with writing the explanation, I stepped into the exam room. I looked at Taku's desk in hope of finding a pen and paper, but it was completely cluttered. He hadn't left any important paperwork lying around, of course, but there was a stack of notepads and books all over. Funny, he was such a control freak when it came to my life, and yet he could never seem to get his own shit together. They call out! They call out! I couldn't find any blank paper, so I grabbed a random notepad, ripped a sheet out from the back, and wrote temporarily closed due to an emergency in large letters. When I left the exam room, I found Ray walking out from the staff room.
今日臨時休業にするんでしょ？タクから連絡があったわって。
He took one look at me and frowned in horror.
やだ、どうしたの？
ああ。
Apparently both Taku and Ray thought I looked pale.
薬のせいかもな。
薬？
睡眠薬の処方が変わったから。
それじゃあ副作用かもしれないわね。タクに言わなきゃ。
その話をしに行ったら電話してたんだよ。で、すぐに臨時休業だ。
Pretty much there you have your explanation, Alex.
言う暇もなかったわけね。電話の相手は？クレームかしら。
さあ、あまり楽しそうには見えなかったな。
Ray put a hand to his chin in contemplation.
ねえタクって昔からあんたの主治医みたいな感じだったんでしょ？
まあガキの頃からの付き合いだ。
I don't even know, poor Ray.
ってことはタクは高里組のお抱えの医者みたいな感じだったの？だってトアのお父さんって。
Honestly, I couldn't really remember how I met Taku. Must have been sometime before my mother died. He just sort of started taking care of me at some point whenever I was sick or injured.
つまりね、何が言いたいかっていうと高里組関係なのかと思ったのよ。
何が？
電話よ電話。私たちにも言えないような大事なことで呼び出されて、それで臨時休業にするのかなって。
どうだか。
I just laughed it off, but couldn't deny the possibility was there. After a moment of contemplative silence, Ray clapped his hands together.
ね、お腹空いてない？クリニックも休みになっちゃったし、何か食べに行きましょうよ。
He is probably not hungry. With a smile and a subdued change, he snatched the paper out of my hands.
これ貼ってくるから、ドアは準備してきて。
With that, he set off down the hall. Then he stopped short and looked down at the paper.
あんたって見かけによらず字が綺麗よね。
どうも。
He cackled and continued on his way to the front door. As for me, I returned to my apartment to get ready to go out. After lunch, Ray told me he was going to go visit a friend at work, so I decided to take the long way back to the clinic. As I passed by the sex shop, I noticed Igarashi standing there, glancing around restlessly.
あ、トアさん、チェス。今ちょっと時間あります？
ああ。
じゃあちょっとついてきてもらえますか？
With that, he started walking into a nearby alley, and I followed.
すみません、わざわざ移動してもらっちゃって。前にも話しましたけど、組の連中がちょっと荒れてて、立ち話してるだけでも怒鳴られそうだったんで、場所を移させてもらいました。
榊のことか。
まあぶっちゃけそうっすね。榊さんが次の組長になるの割と反対派が大きくなってきてるっていうか、徒党を組み始めてる感じっす。
党のか。
中心はそうっすね。具体的に何か起きたとかじゃないんすけど、トラブルが起こりそうだなって気配は感じてますよ。イライラした空気って感染するっていうか広まるじゃないですか。だから榊さん派と遠野さん派は今無言で牽制し合ってるような状態です。無関係なところにも簡単に飛び火すると思うんで、トアさんも気をつけてくださいね。トアさんはほら榊さんと仲いいじゃないですか。巻き込まれる可能性結構高いと思いますよ。
そうだな。
だからちゃんと伝えとかなきゃと思ってたんで、伝えられてよかったです。それじゃあそろそろ戻ります。
He waved his head down in a quick bow. Then he ran off. Quietly, I watched him go. Afterwards, I leaned against the alley wall, pulled my bag of cigarettes from my coat pocket, and lit one up. After a long drag, I contemplated what to do next. Are those the certificates? Yes, because I haven't figured out how to make ones for YouTube. Let them be. They have been there in all the past episodes. It doesn't matter. Go back to my apartment or wander around for a while. Oh, wait, really? Yeah, they have been there always. Okay, boys. There is a scene that we can check now. There is one of those scenes we can check now. Let me save. safe. Yeah. I didn't notice they have been there always. Try to guess. Who do you think it's going to be? I voy a get the porco. Okay. Who do you think is going to be? I have to cover it, but...
Ah, Toa da.
I don't like his scene whatsoever.
Ah,
First that they like this. Yes, it's him. It is him. Yes, flying solo. Something happened, you are all quiet today. You can tell, yeah, I'm a little bit depressed right now.
聞いてよ。
You see, I missed the release day and now they are all sold out. What's this? The latest Yumi-chan merch.
そうか。
Oh. They are limited edition, so I really wanted them. Well, you missed the release date, right? Yeah. So maybe you didn't want them as much as you thought you did. You know, to what you bring up a good topic. I was wondering that too. You never put much effort into these things. Wow, you know so much about me, say Towa. I'm going home now. Want to come with me? To your house? Of course. Be prepared, guys. Be prepared.
ポジティブに。
What are you plotting? And you can tell you are so smart, Towa. So that means you're coming? I never say that. Well, which it is. Just come over. Fine.
やった。
Yeah, this way, let's go. Wait, is it not working properly? Wait, is the connection good? Wait, is the connection bad again? On OBS it says it's gold. It's good. Don't put that loading thing. If the string works properly. Yeah, it's the old loading like cycle that would appear when a video is not working properly. That's what it's used for usually, to indicate that the stream is not working properly. I got really scared. And so I was forcibly decided that Mayu and I were going back to his place. We had known each other for a long time, but this was actually my first time visiting. I have never been to Kotaro's house or Ei's either. Be prepared. Together we enter the outdated high-rise building and head up to the 21st floor. His face! Mayu opened the front door and walked in. I took one step inside and froze. The room was approximately 100 square feet in size and crammed full of anime merch. Plushies, costumes, miscellaneous other shit littered the floor, making it hard to walk. In the center of the room was a wafer-thin futon and a wall-up blanket. I always knew Mayu was an anime otaku, but I never imagined he was this terminal. No! Listen, I may have a lot of anime merch, but it's not this bad. Don't compare myself to Mayu, this is an insult to my person. Don't you dare. Hey.
いらっしゃい。どうぞゆっくりしてってね。
Making sure not to step into his precious merch, Mayu kicked away the trash at his feet as he walked. I stood then and looked around. Upon further inspection, most of the merch involved some blue-haired chick. Judging from her setup, she was a character in some kind of fantasy show.
このキャラが好きなのか。
She says, listen, it's not this bad, okay? I don't have boxes lying around in my room like that, okay? It's way better organized than this absolute mess. I know that. Don't compare myself to him, okay? I pointed down at a cushion. Benin, he nodded eagerly.
そう魔女魔女マジョリンの雪見ちゃん可愛いでしょ。
そうだな。
I know, but to tell the truth, she didn't seem that special to me.
ねえとは俺ね前から思ってたんだけど。
The nagging amount. Do you think I have that much money to be able to buy so many anime figures? I have two anime figures that are like the expensive ones, and I have a few Nendoroids, and that's about it. I don't have the money to have that much stuff in my room, okay? I wish. But I'm not rich. I have 2 figures and like 4 Nendors, and that's about it. I don't have that much. Shut up. There was a pregnant pause. As I waited for him to continue his sudden tug on my arm. Are we going to start already? Then he pushed me down onto the futon. I tried to sit up, but he climbed on top of me, grinding.
とわって雪見ちゃんにそっくり激似だよね。
What do you... Listen, I have played this scene. I still don't get what he means by that. I don't get what he means.
Huh?
Same, Towa. I blinked at him, dumbfounded. He just said Yukimi was the name of that blue-haired anime chick, and now he was trying to say we were similar? As if...
全然似てないだろ。
いや似てる絶対似てるって。
Bro, what? Normally he was pretty chill, but when it came to anime he could get really stubborn.
だからさちょっとそういうプレイしてもいい？
Do you get where this is going? I didn't like this scene whatsoever. It was so cringe. You're going to suffer it with me. Thankfully, you guys don't have to see the CG. You're not going to see that. But oof.
プレイ。
Be right back, good for you.
とわのこと雪見ちゃんだと思ってもいい？
I don't like that, Mayu. Look at his face. Towa doesn't want to do it either. Thus far, I have had my share of kinky partners, but as you might expect, none of them have ever compared me to a female anime character.
ねえいい？
好きにしろ。
Welp! I didn't see any reason to say no, so I struck in defeat. Where is the censorship? I need to have it ready for you guys to don't suffer.
やったー嬉しい！
Mayu raised both hands in jubilation, then started digging through one corner of his otaku pile. At last, he pulled something out.
じゃあこれ着て雪見ちゃんの衣装を。
He spread it out for me to see. Apparently, this was the outfit Yukimi wore in the show. Not only was a dread, but it was clearly too small.
入るわけないだろ。破れるぞ。
カオまあいいよ。
For a moment, he looked sincerely disappointed. Then he leaned in close. Should I mute the game already? I think I should start muting this. Let's speak as a joke.
ゆきみちゃん、ゆきみち
Okay,
ゃん。
time to mute.
かわいいね。
Time to mute. I'm going to save you guys this pain. I'm going to save you guys this pain. Wait, just for a little longer. A bit, just a tiny. Okay. It was quite possibly the most unsexy way he could have phrased that question. He kissed me and passed his wet tongue into my mouth. It tastes like faintly sweet. He was probably eating candy earlier. Yeah, I'm not going to put that. Hold on, can I... Can I find... Can I put the song? Can I find the proper song for this? The song for this. Is this one? Nope. Hold on. No. No. Nope. Nope. Well, listen to this while I look for it. Nope. 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 No. 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 Is it going to be the last one? No. 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 How many songs does this game have? No. No. Oh! I know this is Rust. No, never mind. I thought I found it, man. No. No. Interrogation one. No. No. How many songs? No. 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 Why is the same song there 2 times? No. No. Wait. None of them was the song? Hold on. Where is it? Huh? Bruh. No. No. Near end. It's playing a fleer a second. Near end. Wait, really? Do you know the playlist better than me? Ah. No. I just want you guys to hear something while I'm with this. No, it's the same. Eh? No. Oh, bro. Bro. You know what? You're going to suffer the silence. Fuck. I stuck my tongue out and toyed with his. You know what? You're going to read this too. I'm just going to read whatever may be relevant. Dios! Mayu! Oh, Dios! Bruh. I wasn't going to get done off from one kiss, and especially not with him calling me some anime chick's name. ¿Qué pasa? Listen, I'm in as much pain as you guys are, okay? I didn't enjoy this scene whatsoever. Okay, maybe it's time for this. But he was so bad at it that the fabric dug into my skin at weird angles and refused to come off. I pulled away and started taking my clothes off of myself.
分でやる子だもんね。
Dude, I hate you. No, that was not what I wanted to do. That's my Yukimichi. Your main sim is loving this. I didn't like this scene. It's my least favorite scene in all the game, okay? Oof. He's in class in alarming rate, then he saw the Yukimi tattoo. Then I saw the Yukimi tattoo on his bare body and rolled my eye. He nodded and tapped his tattoo with his finger. Meanwhile, he gazed at me with eyes full of hope and longing. I had a good idea what he wanted. Soiling close to the tattoo. It's comedy. What do you mean? Yeah, it's cringe material at its finest. I lick it and he shrinked. Me encanta. Seriously, when I hear your voice in the future, believe me, I don't want to read this either. Blah blah blah. Yes, hurry up. Well, I'm not yet by this point, so blah 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 blah. Put him down to the futon. You're going to suffer this with me. I hate you. Bro! This is so cringe. No, I can't. No shit, idiot! Blah blah blah. So basically, Towa is asking for him to use his teeth, basically, on his scars in his chest. Did you don't pay attention to the other scenes in the past? Oh no. Oh, okay, whatever. So they don't have condoms, they don't care. That was fine, yeah, compared to this. His reply after Towa says that he doesn't care. No! He went back to the corner and dug through the pile once more. At least you can wear this. comedy gold. He's going to keep that for the rest of the scene, okay? He's going to keep wearing that. He's wearing that wig in the CG. It was a wig, a long blue wig. It looks good on you. You gotta be joking. I didn't get enough to take it back off. It's kind of pretty much. I can definitely not show this. I cannot show this. Can they focus a tiny bit more on his face? I want you guys to see him wearing the wig because it's kind of weird, but I don't think I can show the rest. Can't you crop? I think it's a bit too risky. Go to Mayu's house, step 2, help. Okay, what if... Okay. There you go. It's not a fancy. You are not going to see the rest. Thank you. Okay. Okay, let me go past this fast. Blah 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 blah. Blah blah blah. I'm skipping this so fast. My YouTube profile picture. Wait, really? Bro, oof, no. No. This is so... Oof, no, no. The worst thing is that there is someone out there who actually enjoy these kind of scenes. King shaming, yes, but no puedo. No. Por favor, terminemos. Let's finish this and get back to Taku's route. Already. Debería. I'm passing this so fast. Pasarme esto, sí. Okay, they are done, guys. Oh, thank God, they are done.
そう俺は眠くなったから寝るねおいじゃおやすみとは
With that, he got up in his blanket. This is where he got the nickname Mayu, because he's always rolled himself up like a cocoon. Quietly, I got dressed. I wasn't much interested in roleplay, but Mayu was a decent lay. I prefer one-sided fucking to make it no. So in a sense, I was willing to fool around with him again. Okay. We finished that. Now we let the credits roll and we get back to Taku's route. I cannot skip the credits because otherwise I won't get the final thing at the end of every route. Like when we clear everything. So yeah, just that. Let's just pretend I'm still Peku. I don't like Mayu. Like, Mayu on its own is whatever. Mayu's scene is the absolute worst. Oof. I don't like it at all. I prefer Kotaro's scene. It's like his scene way more. I wanna go home pretty much. Also, when we get to see that scene with Kotaro, there is a Towa figure in the making based on one of the final CG after that scene is done. Like the scenes with Mayu that we got to see him like dressing up and Mayu sleeping. With Kotaro there is also a scene after the No Safe for Work part. I cannot speak. There is a figure that is going to be made based on that CG. I kind of want to see how the figure is going to turn out. Loki wanted, but it's not a very nice thing to have on display. So I don't know how to justify that to my parents if I end up getting it. You will see. Once we get to race route, that's when we get Kotaro's scene. You will see. But yeah, how are you finding Taku's route so far? Any ideas of what is going on? We got Taku very busy studying something. He looks very tired. Takasha Togumi is breaking apart. Everything is going like very badly. Any theories? Date, rape, drugs. I have to say the final ending, the outcome of Taku's route is okay-ish. It wasn't as bad, but I guess compared to other routes, it wasn't as impactful in a way. I don't know. We will see what you guys think. I miss a chunk in the middle, sadly. You will have to check the bot because there is important information that you will need. There are important details, not only for this route, but for other routes. Believe it or not, most of the details that are mentioned in here are relevant throughout the whole game. So I would really recommend you to check the bot later and see what you missed. All the routes are very interconnected, even if it doesn't seem like that at the beginning. By the way, still waiting on the physical copy. Did you? No fucking way! No way! No way! Bro! Are you going to keep that? Also, as you can see, they have added another canvas here. And the wall is big. Okay, let's keep going. Lord, yes. And we move directly to Towa's atelier. Yep. On my way back to the clinic, I passed by the park. Then I spotted someone coming my way and stopped it short. Am I gonna be banned? I don't think so. Like, if you don't know what that is, I don't think people can tell it apart, so it's not like you have an actual dick as a profile picture. Don't worry, it's fine. It was Taku. Was his errand finally finished? Don't know what this is. Wait, Alex, are you going to keep this? Also, Loki, can I have your permission to post a screenshot of you having that as a profile picture on my Twitter? Can I please? It's so funny. I can censor your name if you want to. Sure, let's go. He noticed me and made a line right to me. His expression looked stiff and tense in a way I couldn't place.
用事は終わったのか？
ああ、昼飯はもう食べたのか。
Like, tell me if you want your name to be censored or not.
レイと食べに行ってた。
そうか。俺も合流しようかと思ってたんだが、間に合わなかったな。
Also, let me quickly... Okay. Let me try and save this. Just in case. No. There we go. It's saved for later. I don't mind either way. I don't applaud you. On any, to be fair, okay. Also, GMP, since you also appear on the screenshot, could you like your name to be censored or what? He smiled weirdly. For a split second, something felt off.
レイに連絡したのか？
いや、
車は？
クリニックだ。
He looked at me deviously. Possibly he wasn't expecting me to ask him a variety of questions.
合流ってどこへ行くつもりだったんだ？レイには聞いてないんだよな。
昼飯は柳川コーヒー店に行くことが多いだろ。だから覗きに行ったんだが、お前たちがいなかったから戻ってきたんだ。レイはもう帰ったのか？
友達の店に行った。
そうか。そういえば。
I don't really care. Okay, let's go. I got the okay for both. I'm sorry. I find that really funny. Alex, he got shot. He narrowed his eyes.
さっき道端で殴り合いの喧嘩をしてる奴らがいたんだが、あれは多分どっちも高里組の人間だな。
知ってる顔だったのか？
見たことがあるって程度で名前までは知らん。五十嵐君が言っていた通りだ。高里組はしばらく荒れるだろうから、お前も不用意に出歩くなよ。
A hint of irritation rose up inside me. I already had this conversation with Igarashi.
今更だろ、そんなの。わざわざ言うことじゃない。
だからだ。ずっと住んでると、この町の治安の悪さに慣れちまうが、気を引き締めないとひどい目に遭うぞ。
それを俺に言うのか？
と、
いつどこで死のうとどうだっていい。
With that, I turned away from him. I knew he was just worried about me, obviously I understood that, but it pissed me off whenever he tried to control what I did with my own life. I'm not more being paid right now in the tree. You're at work, watching a VTuber, playing a voice love visual novel And you choose to put your profile picture as one of the scenes from the boys' love profile picture, and you are still getting paid. Man, I wish that was my life. Excited, I head off to the clinic without looking back. I closed my office door. Wait, you mean you are done for now? Late that night, I was sitting on the sofa, sketchpad on my knee, drawing away. I didn't have any clear idea of what I wanted to draw. I was just scrolling dark lines, like I was trying to get something out of my system. The TV droned intensely. Then I paused to check the clock. Suddenly it was past 1 a.m. Having lost my focus, I tossed the sketchpad onto the coffee table. There was a light clicking sound as it hit the paper bag full of sleeping pills. Who could ask someone to go to the nether for free? Come to think of it, I still haven't told Tutaku about my new prescription. I should have mentioned it earlier in the afternoon, but then he pissed me off by trying to detect my life. The memory angered me all over again. Physical pain I was used to. This chronic health problem, on the other hand, didn't have a clear solution. If the sleeping pills were causing it, then I had to stop taking them. The clinic was closed, but Taku was probably still downstairs. With that thought, I left the room and boarded to the elevator. I deserve to be paid after sitting on the Mayu street. Fair enough. Arriving at the ground floor, I walked down the hallway to the exam room and heard Taku's voice coming from inside. Another phone call? He was speaking in a hushed tone, so it was hard to make anything out. For a moment I considered barging in, but thought better of it. These phone calls had grown more and more frequent lately. Was someone harassing him, or did he get dragged into some kind of mess? Were these phone calls the reason he kept acting strangely? Curious though I was, I had no intention of forcing it out of him. I didn't want to meddle in his life any more than I wanted him to meddle in mine. The sleeping pills weren't something I needed to take. I could get a decent amount of sleep if I got drunk. Okay. Examining quietly, I turned and headed back down the hall. Okay. That night, I laid on the sofa and drifted in and out of sleep until morning. Absently, I stared at the white light streaming in through the vines. Just then, the door opened. I could see Taku peeking in through the gap.
とわ、朝だぞ。起きろよ。
He woke off without setting a single foot inside. My brain was still half asleep, so for a minute I wasn't entirely sure what had happened. I just stared blankly at the door. What was that about? Normally Taku always came into my room to wake me. Was he busy dealing with some emergency? I thought back over what just happened. Something felt off. His smoke. Taku's smoke was swaying erratically. Was he just that exhausted? It didn't explain why he couldn't enter my room, though. As I pondered, I got dressed and left the apartment. It was just past 9 o'clock, still plenty of time before the clinic opened. I walked down the hall and opened the exam room door. Inside, I found a man dressed in a suit. It was Igarashi. As Taku bandaged his arm, he noticed me and smiled.
父さん、おはようございます。
早いな。
前に怪我を見てもらった時に3日後ぐらいに来てくれって言われてたんすけど、今日の朝しか時間がなくて、それで電話したら見てもらえることになったんで、本当すみません。
気にしなくていい。
Taku answered stoically as he continued his task. Sorry, I took one look at him and narrowed my eye. Something about Taku was slightly off today, his smoke included.
大丈夫なのか高里組は。
まあ一応今のところはって感じっすね。
榊さんと遠野さんで揉めてるんだろう。これからどんどんひどくなっていくんじゃないか。
それはそうかもしれないっす。
Is the smoke thing ever explained? It is. Wait. A lot. It is explained though. Kind of. Taku felt silent for a moment.
これはとても言いにくいことなんだが。
Let me tell you, most of the things in this game are intentional and are there for a reason. Don't you worry for now. With that disclaimer, he gave Igarashi a stern look.
この怪我の治療が終わったら状況が落ち着くまで
He's thinking too hard.
来ないでくれないか。
Wait, did you put something again that was censored? I thought I settled it as I can see all the messages now though.
他の患者さんがいる手前な。みんな高里組の不穏な空気は感じ取っているはずだ。
そうっすね。
Guiltily, Igarashi stamped his shoulders. I understood where Taku was coming from. The average citizen of Shinkomi had a very low opinion of the Takasato Kumi. They just knew better than to say it outright. And the more trouble the Takasato Kumi was involved in, the worse the reputation would become. But there was something off about Taku's tone and expression. I sensed a weight to it that suggested he was panicked somehow.
もし痛みが続くようであれば連絡をくれ。
わかりました。ありがとうございました。いろいろ本当すみません。
Igarashi bowed deeply, and it was clear he was apologizing for more than the inconvenience of his schedule this
いや
morning.
こっちこそ本当に申し訳ない。
いえ、先生の言ってることもわかりますから。それじゃありがとうございました。失礼します。
Igarashi rose from the chair, bowed once more, and left the exam room. Taku stared at the floor, shoulders slumped. Then, with a sign, he reached up and massaged the frown in his brow.
疲れてるなら休めよ。
At this, his hands fell still.
わかるか。
ああ。
そうか。
He looked down at his feet, then let out a self-deprecating sigh.
しかしな、休めって言われて簡単に休めるわけでもないからな。
そのうち患者にも休めって言われるようになるぞ。
もう言われてる。
どうしようもないな。それでも休めないって言うならご自由に。
I straightened up and walked to the
と
door.
は
At the sound of my name, I looked over my shoulder. I could see hesitation in his eyes as he frowned at me.
確かにお前の言う通りだ。無理をして診察中にミスをしたらそれこそ本末転倒だよな。
Resolve settled into his expression and he rose from his chair.
だが昨日も臨時休業にした手前、さすがに2日続けて休むのは患者さんにも申し訳ない。今日は午前中だけ休みにしよう。スタッフには連絡を入れておく。
仮眠でも取るのか？
いや、実は前からずっと行きたいと思っていたところがあってな。せっかくだから気分転換も兼ねて行ってみようと思うんだが、お前も来るか？
I was about to decline, but the words never left my lips. His mouth had just expanded and changed color, and his eyes were tinged with melancholy.
そうか。それじゃあ準備してきてくれ。
Relieved, Taku grabbed his cell phone off his desk. Probably to get in touch with the people scheduled to work later today. As for me, I left the exam room and headed back to my apartment. After a 30 minutes drive in Taku's car, we cross over the bridge and arrive at Shinkomi's seaside park. Everyone feels dangerous now. Wait. We stopped the car in the parking lot, then hop out. The strong breeze carried the smell of the sea to my nose as it blew against my cheek. Without a word, Taku started walking, then came to a stop once the ocean came into view. I walked up beside him and pulled out my cig.
本当にヘビースモーカーだな、お前は。
Like Mayu exists so that I can look at people on the side. Bad Alex. Taku glanced at me out the corner of his eye and smiled weirdly.
タバコは飯か水代わりだ。
Pretty much, yes.
ちゃんと食べろよ。水も飲め。早死にするぞ。
吸うか。
After I lit up, I offered him my crumpled pack. Still smiling, he shook his head.
誘惑するなよ。やめたんだ。
隣で座れると吸いたくならないか。
お前は隣でなくても四六時中吸ってるだろうが。もう慣れたよ。
Taku looked out at the sea. I followed suit, slowly examining. Carried on the breeze, the cigarette smoke floated over the water until it eventually dispersed. The seaside park was vast and empty, probably due to the freezing temperature outside. Old folks and dog walkers occasionally passed by, but that was about it. I could see a Ferris wheel in the distance, but no one was riding it. It was painted in bright colors and spinning slowly, like the wind was pushing it along.
こうやって海を見てると、俺は何をやってるんだって気分になるな。
His words were so faint, the wind nearly whisked them away. I looked at him, but he kept staring out at the sea, grimacing.
ずっとこういう広々とした場所に来れば気分転換になるんじゃないかと、すっきりするんじゃないかと思ってたんだが、むしろ逆だったな。
He exhaled and felt silent for a moment.
俺は医者だ。だから一人でも多くの命を救いたいと思ってる。だが今こうしてる間にもきっと数えきれないほどの命が失われている。
Tito was someone to his career. Yeah, he asked Mayu to use his teeth to bite the scar in his chest earlier. Yes.
人なんて簡単に死んでいく。殺されるのも含めてな。
That was probably way too much information, but you take it.
そう考えると、人の死に方は生まれた時から決まっていて、どんなにあがいても逃れられないものなんじゃないかって、たまにそう思うことがあるんだ。特に若いやつが志半ばにして死んだりすると余計にな。人とは、お前はどう思う？
I didn't have an answer ready. As smoke rose from the tip of my cigarette, I gazed out to the ocean.
さあな。
I gazed.
真剣に考えてくれ。
As he pressed, I saw him a sidewalk glance. His mouth was shifting. It was trembling, its color flashing relentlessly. Maybe he wanted to talk about it. Maybe he wanted me to ask him. I looked into his eye, unblinking.
俺は。
お前はどう思う？
Well, let's go. By the way, I finally was able to contact the supplier. They are finally back. from the Chinese New Year
そうだ
break, I finally am going to be able to have a sample made of the keychains. What ending are we doing? Ah no, this is a midway. Remember with Asakura we made an interrogation midway through his part? We are still not done with his route. We are midway through it. But yeah, I cannot wait to have a sample made of the keychains before I can sell them. I cannot wait. I think it's a waste of time to think about it. Nobody knows for sure when they are gonna die. Well, you're not wrong there. And here we go with negative.
ネガティブないだろ
And there is nothing more pointless than a what if conversation. I guess so, yeah. Oh, sorry. Seriously, you're wasting your time asking me. You sure? I was curious to get your take.
だろ
And sometimes it's important to have a conversation face to face. Positive.
ポジティブなるほど
So you want to ask the question even if you already know the answer?
そうだな
Something like that. Sometimes it's better to set the record straight. My life.
ああそうだろ
Well, I don't give a shit when I die.
そう
Right, I forgot. What exactly do you want?
な
I mean, yeah, most people aren't gonna get everything they want in life. The realistic outlook.
なあ
Though, how old are you turning this year? You will be 27 in March, right?
多分
I think so.
おいおい
You don't remember? What about you? How old are you again?
も
I'm 46.
ネガティブ
Guess you are ancient. No! Towa, he's not that old. Come on. Old? I consider that when you are around 60, pushing 70. That's all. Like 40, 50. That's not that old. Then I'm a deprecate old man. Your point? No, Taku. Don't you?
よしま
Are you really that old? I just don't see it.
うはいはい
Spare me your cheap flattery. You know, calling Taku that doesn't fit. It doesn't fit. Does it bother you that I'm interested in your age? No, I don't care that much.
タクの意図は
And now we go to studying.
勉強
He called me. Shut up.
何の勉強をしてるんだ
勉強ああまあいろいろとなやらなきゃならないことがあるんだ
Second part. Maybe we will talk a little longer.
どうする
まだ時間はあるな
そういえば
Why did you quit smoking? Well, it's not good for you.
ポ
Positive?
ジティブどうなんだ
Don't you ever crave it?
そうだな
Sure I do sometimes. Are you interested?
ああ興味がある
How does it make you feel when I smoke around you? I'm interested too.
なんてな
Just a little distracting. Sometimes I still catch myself trying to pull out a pack.
お前
It's not often you talk to someone the way you spoke to Igarashi. Or that, yeah, I probably would have phrased it better.
ポジティブまあ
He got the picture at least.
そう
That was my intention, but I could have tried a little harder to be nice about it. What exactly do you want?
ああ
it's like you said, you can get everything you want in life.
確かにな。
You have got a point there. Don't you?
それは
We can see what someone else is thinking and it can get misunderstanding. So true! Yeah, ain't that the truth?
それで
Did you hear the latest about
どう
Asakura?
した？
No, what's going on? Positive?
ポジティブ。ああ、
He's leaving Shinkomi. I see.
そういえば、
You are awfully chatty today, you know
あ
that?
りがとな。
Are you
とは
trying to cheer me up? If so, then thanks.
ネガティブ。
Hopefully you will repay me for it. Or is that what you are after?
揺さぶってみるか。まあ、
You told me to stop and think about it, and now I'm interested. I just felt like it. Yeah, that's it. That's all.
何を話すのか。タク、
Well, did you get what you
ありが
wanted?
とう。
Yep.
何を抱えているのか。過保護。俺に対して過保護だって言われることあるだろ。
まあな。お前を子供の頃から見てきたってのもあるし、何よりお前は危なっかしいから仕方がない。できる限り俺は自分の周りの大切な人たちを守りたい。そのために、人を救うために医者になったんだからな。
何か引っかかる。
結構話したな。
そうだな。
And with that, we end the midway interrogation part. I wonder how far we
こ
can
うやっ
get
て
today.
お前と二人だけでゆっくり話すのは久々だな。
ああ、
I generally wasn't the chatty type, we noticed. But because I had known Taku and Ray for so long, I had an easier time making a small talk with them. Lately, I thought I hadn't had the opportunity, especially not with Taku.
せっかくの機会だ。何か話したいことはないのか？何でもいいぞ。
睡眠薬なんだけど。
ああ、効き目はどうだ？
合わないかもしれない。
具体的にどういう症状が出たのか教えてくれ。
寝起きの気分がひどい。頭痛と吐き気がしてフラフラする。
Frowning, he averted his eyes in contemplation.
飲み始めで体が過剰に反応しているのかもしれんな。もし 2,3 日経っても変わらないようならすぐに言ってくれ。
わかった。
夢の方はどうなんだ？まだ悪夢を見るのか？
最近は見ないな。
ならよかった。さて、そろそろ行くか。
I dropped my cigarette and crushed it under my heel. Scoffing, Taku reached into his pocket.
俺の前でポイ捨ては許さんぞと。
Why is He's giving him sleeping pills so he doesn't have nightmares. Something round turned out of his pocket and hit the ground. When it stopped rolling, I recognized it as a portable ashtray. Right as I wanted to grab it, my hand collided with Taku's and he moved it to do the same. The moment our fingers touched, he waved his hand away.
悪いな。
Forcing a smile, he took the ashtray from my hand, then picked up my cigarette butt and put it inside. Didn't something similar happen on New Year's Eve too? Why did Taku always overreact whenever all hands touched?
車に戻るぞ。
He started walking at a brick space. This had happened twice now. Was he just a germaphobe or Do you really think? No, it couldn't be. Taku wasn't like that. I was probably just overthinking it, right? Puzzled, I followed after him. We left the park and traveled to the dinner, where we ordered lunch. Partway through, Taku's cell phone started to buzz on the table.
電話だ。悪い。
With my blessing, he answered the phone.
はい。
I wanted to sneeze, but the sneeze went away. As the call began, Taku's expression grew steadily more and more panicked. When it was over, he announced that we were going straight back to the clinic. The reason for this soon made itself apparent. All over social media, there were articles announcing that Takasato Umi had been attacked during an executive meeting. The phone call was a request for Taku to treat the injured. He seemed hesitant but immediately agreed. By the time we arrived back at the clinic, a station wagon was already parked in the alley in front of the side entrance. Some Takasato-kuns hopped out, carrying a man who was bleeding from the stomach. Then another station wagon pulled out and more wooden came spilling out of it. Just like that, the secondary medical ward was now fully booked. Once Rei, Arimura, and the other staff members arrived, we all worked together and tended the Takasato patients. There were 4 casualties in total, 3 minors and 1 critical. When it came time for the clinic to open for afternoon appointments, Taku raced downstairs, then came back up later, rinse and repeat. Late that night, after a roller coaster of a day, Rei and I sat slumped in the empty waiting room. Taku had sent the other staff home. He was still on the second floor, watching over the critical patient.
昨日に続いて今日も午前中は休診だなんて連絡があったと思ったら午後は大変なことになって、なんだか最近落ち着かないわね。
Rei sighed heavily. As his exhaustion dissipated, the front door suddenly flew open. 2 men in suits staggered inside.
すみません、急ぎでお願いできますか。
One of the men was Igarashi. The other one was snapping against him. He looked to be nearly unconscious. Startled, Rei bolted to his feet.
五十嵐君、どうしたの？
こいつの様子がおかしくて。
ちょっと待ってね。
Rei ran behind the reception counter and picked up the phone.
タク、急患よ。五十嵐君が連れてきたんだけど意識がないみたい。ええ、それじゃあ連れて行くわ。
He set the phone down, then looked at Igarashi.
第二処置室へ運びましょう。私は先に行って準備をするから、トアは五十嵐君を手伝ってあげて。
With that, he sped off and disappeared down the hall. I rose to my feet, moved around to the patient's opposite side, and slung his arm over my shoulder.
トアさん、すみません。
いいから行くぞ。
And so Igarashi and I slowly made our way to the elevator. When we entered the secondary medical ward, we found the critical patient all patched up and preparing to leave. We carried the unconscious man to an empty bed and laid him down on his back. His eyes were open, but he wasn't looking at anything. His complexion was as pallid as a mannequin, throat sticking from the corner of his mouth.
彼の名前は
Taku stood over his expression hat.
岡本です。
岡本さん、聞こえますか？岡本さん。
The man didn't respond, even when Taku spoke directly into his ear.
ダメだな。どういう状況でこうなったんだ？
それが俺もよくわからなくて、いきなり大声で叫びながら暴れ出して、その後バタッと倒れたんす。
詳しく見てみないとわからないが、おそらく薬だろうな。
薬？
A shocked, pain Gremans rose up on Igarashi's face.
何か心当たりがあるのか？
いえ、ただ新しい薬が流れてるって話は聞いたことがあるんで、まさかと思って。
新しい薬？
はい、もともと新興組はうちの組が許可してる薬以外の売買はダメってことになってるじゃないですか。でも個人でネットとかで買ってるやつがやっぱりいるんすよね。俺もそういう連中はたまに見かけるんですけど、組のやつでここまでの状態になってるのは初めて見ました。
Murmuring Taku from his brow. Just then, Okamoto started groaning and shaking his head. His eyes were still unfocused, but he was trying to move his shaky hands. Taku crouched down and spoke to him.
岡本さん、聞こえますか？聞こえたら返事をしてください。
幽霊が、幽霊助けてくれ。
幽霊？
Okamoto closed his eyes and went limp. Apparently, he had passed out. Taku saw a confused look over his shoulder at Igarashi.
そういう噂があるんす。死んだはずの組員を見たとか見ないとか。
そうか。ひとまず容体が落ち着くまでは様子を見よう。五十嵐君はもう帰ってもいいぞ。
ありがとうございます。すみません、今朝言われたばかりなのに迷惑かけて。
患者を救うのが医者の仕事だからな。
Emotionally distraught, Igarashi bit his lips and bowed deeply.
よろしくお願いします。
No, wait, I was reading that. No, never mind. Taku nodded and looked at me and Rei.
と、岡本さんを見ていてくれないか。レイは俺と来てくれ。他の患者の様子を見る。
わかったわ。
They are talking very loudly once again. 'After Taku and Rei moved to a different bed, Igarashi looked at me hesitantly. His gaze started to and fro. Then he shook his head.
すみません、やっぱ大丈夫です。こいつのことよろしくお願いします。
It was obvious he wanted to see something, but instead he beat it back with a stiff smile. Then he bowed and left the room. About an hour later, Taku, Rei, and I all came downstairs to the waiting room. Taku looked utterly harrowed. He rubbed the grease in his brow.
タク、大丈夫？
さすがに疲れたな。
His voice was weak, and I could see dark circles under his eyes.
本当にお疲れ様。でもやっぱりタクはすごいわ。たとえ高里組の人間であっても怪我人や病人を絶対に見捨てないんだから。タクのそういうところ本当に尊敬する。
Ray sounded like he was trying his best to cheer Taku up. But Taku grimaced like he was holding something back.
今日は本当に助かった。二人も疲れただろう。あとは俺がやるからもういいぞ。
え？
Ray looked back at him in shock.
でも
本当に大丈夫だ。レイは帰って家でゆっくり休んでくれ。トアも部屋へ戻れ。
He turned and walked off down the hall. Once his footsteps had faded, Ray looked at me in alarm.
私何か怒らせるようなこと言っちゃった？
疲れてるんだろ。
そっか。タク、今朝はどうだったの？
調子は悪そうだった。
最近ずっと元気がないわよね。 大丈夫かしら。
Just then my phone buzzed in the back pocket of my pants. Simultaneously, Raid pulled out his own
あら
phone.
エイジのメルマガじゃない。
Breaking Takasato Guni under attack. Executives confirmed to be safe. Learning more about Takasato Hideyasu, the man rumored to be the next big boss. Doctor Scandals Part 2. Shady business at M Clinic. Falsified records, production of narcotics, even human traffication. The chief of ophthalmology at S has a harem of nurses. The Takasato office was reportedly attacked during an executive meeting. Thankfully, no one was harmed. So, who was behind it? Recently, no eyewitnesses have come forward. Currently, no eyewitnesses have come forward.
あの野郎
The instant he read the news teller, he flew into rage.
いくら噂だからってこれはあんまりよ。ネタなら何を書いてもいいってわけじゃないわ。
Unlike last time, this rumor was pretty harsh. Where did it came from?
抗議してやるわ。本当にもう。
Roy started typing furiously, probably writing a strongly worded email to AG.
送信完了。はあ怒りが収まらないけど帰るわ。おやすみ。
With a frustrated sign, Ray shot me a quick wave, then walked off to the staff room. I left the waiting room and took the elevator to the third floor. In the darkness, I pulled off my coat and lay on my back on the sofa as the TV white light illuminated me. The sound of the static was a constant in my life, and I quickly turned it out. Instead, my ears started to pick up the faint sounds from the lower floors. It sounded like Taku was doing something in the secondary medical ward, when the sound faded and static was all that filled the void. Suddenly, a thought occurred to me. Was Taku still struggling with something all on his own? Granted, I knew it wasn't easy to open up and talk about that kind of things, but still. I reached out to the coffee table and grabbed a blister pack of sleeping pills. After all the running around today, for once, I actually wanted to sleep. I popped 2 pills, then grabbed the bottle of booze off the floor and washed them down. Once I returned the floor bottle to its proper place, I slowly closed my eye. Will he have a nightmare or not? Seems like not. He avoided it this time. Oh well, never mind. Through blurred vision, I could faintly make out swirling scarlet light. Every time I undulated, it felt like I was making a mockery of me. But just then something blocked out the light. Hold on. Sorry for that. The figure of a man was standing over me. I couldn't see his face, but for some reason I was relieved that he was there. He was here. Now I could finally relax a little. I always felt secure when he was around. But then the man pulled away, and a smaller figure took his place. It was a woman. Instantly my anxiety came rushing back. I could see the man moving farther and farther away. Don't go. I tried to speak, but couldn't. The woman before me was saying something. For your sin. Together we. The voice was too muffled and distorted for me to parse. Confused, I began to hyperventilate. The scarlet light flashed in my eyes. Scarlet. Again and again and again. Vampire time pills are working. They are talking loudly again. My eye flew open and I sucked in a breath. Are these flashbacks? Are they hints into his past? So far, I would say they are something like that. Like, we don't get to see much, but it looks like it, because he always says, like, I don't know, there are hints that it's something like that. When I realized it was all a dream, I exhaled slowly. My whole body was slick with sweat, and I was wishing like I just ran a marathon. Just then, I sensed someone's presence directly beside me. Out of all the experience. But yeah, when I first played, I assumed these were just like scars memories, like things that happened to him when he was small. And this is how we are starting to learn a few things of what happened to him. Because there must be a reason why a person end up like that. You are not born being like this, you know. Taco was looking at me in surprise. What was he doing here? His gaze shifted downwards. I followed it and realized that I was clutching his hand in mine. Reflexively, I pulled away, clearing his throat. He did the same. How long have I been holding his hand? My palm was sweaty. How did it happen?
大丈夫か?
His voice was stiff, like he was fighting to ignore the awkwardness.
なんでいるんだ?
起こしに来たんだよ。そしたらお前が苦しそうにうめいてたから様子を見ようとして、それで手を掴まれた。
He answered brusquely, frowning.
また悪夢を見たのか?
悪夢.
I repeated the words, trying to recall the dream. I couldn't remember the details, but I remember thinking, don't go. Was I chasing someone? I couldn't recall.
新しい薬が合わないか?
True, maybe they weren't. Still, this didn't feel a little different from usual. I sat up on the sofa and grabbed my cell phone off the coffee table. It was 10 a.m. The clinic was about to open. I was supposed to work this morning. That was probably why Taku came to wake me.
少し休んでから降りてこい。
いや。
鏡を見てみろ。そんな顔で患者さんの前に出たら逆に心配されちまうぞ。
I won't comment about what you say. Just wait. He pressed slightly against my arm to stop me, then straightened up.
代わりに誰か入れないか聞いてみるが、例も来てるからな。なんとかなるだろう。
With that, he left the room. Alone, I grabbed the remote and switched on the TV. As I listened to the ambient static, I lay back down on the sofa. Then I wrapped an arm over my eyes and exhaled. I was still drowsy, possibly a residual effect of the sleeping pills. As I drifted in and out of consciousness, I heard a light knock at the door. I lowered my arm and looked in the direction of the entrance. It was Taku. He had only just slept. What was he doing back? Then I realized what time it was. The clock was pointing at 2 p.m. Apparently, a lot of time has passed since I first lay down.
どうだ調子は。
2 full hours. I think two. I may be reading out loud, but I don't pay that much attention. Once again, I pushed myself up into a sitting position. My head was still a little heavy, but I didn't feel as shitty as before.
だいぶいい。
そうか。午後は出られそうか。ヘルプで入ってくれてる純子があと1時間くらいしかいられないらしくてな。
出るよ。
それじゃゆっくりでいいから降りてきてくれ。
Though he was trying to be considerate, I could sense his impatience from the way he rushed out of the room. Well, at least he was acting like his usual self, no sign of any troubles on his mind. I rose to my feet and walked to the fridge. Then I pulled out a cool bottle of sake and took a swing. I was hoping Steve's drink might wake me up, and sure enough, my mind cleared up a bit. A flash of scarlet light flickered in my mind, and it was a residual image from my nightmare, but it vanished before I could fully perceive it. What was causing me to have these recurring nightmares? The sleeping pills were just a catalyst. Was there some kind of trauma buried in my forgotten past? Are you just asking that to yourself now? No! The way! He doesn't think about that! Whatever. You're telling me I have scars on the outside and the inside? Great. There is no way you have never think about. There is no way you have never considered that before, Towa. Please. Please. Scoffing at myself, I got ready for work, then headed downstairs. This man. Time flew by, and the next thing I knew, it was 4 p.m. Ray came walking down the hallway carrying medical supplies in both hands. He stopped next to the reception counter and leaning in my direction.
ねえ、ちょっと気になったんだけど、診察室すっごく汚くなかった？
I ruminated on it for a moment. I did vaguely remember the exam room always having a bit of clutter, so it didn't seem a big deal.
いつものことだろ。
違うわよ。いつもよりだいぶ汚いって言ってるの。タクが全然整理してないからなんだけど、トアの部屋の掃除と洗濯はちゃんとやってるんでしょ？
ああ。
タクって自分のことはどうでもいいけど、人のことは気になるタイプなのかしら。あとね、前からタクが昼休みに出かけてるって知ってた？
昼飯で外出してるんだろ。
それが違うのよ。昨日ホナミが言ってたの。昼によく繁華街の方でタクを見かけるって。
Honami was a good friend of Ray's. When they weren't working at Roost, they sometimes came into work as if at a clinic. Junko was another of our on-call nurses who work at Roost.
だから昼飯だろ。
でもタクってお昼は診察室で仕事しながら食べるか、私たちと外食するか、トアの部屋で食べるかのどれかが多いじゃない？でね、最近は仕事しながら食べるからって断られることが多いの。だからホナミの話を聞いたとき、私びっくりしちゃって。
Did this dude really think he was mostly fine and normal? I think so, yeah. Well, as normal as you can be, taking into account that he's aware that people that go to Roost is not the quote-unquote normal kind. He's aware of himself and up to some point. Perplexed, Ray tilted his head.
本人に直接聞いたらどうだ？
私もそうしようと思ったんだけど、最近のタクってちょっと話しかけづらいのよね。ピリピリしてるっていうか、そんな感じしない？
That I could understand. Ray was probably sensing that something was off about him, same as me.
あとね、これはただの勘違いっていうか思い過ごしかもしれないんだけど。
He glanced around, struggling to find his word. Then whispered even more
こ
quietly.
の間五十嵐君が連れてきた患者さんいたでしょ、薬物中毒の。あの人どうなったか知ってる？他の病院に移されたとか。
いや、
I hadn't heard anything of that
やっ
sort.
ぱりそうよね。あの患者気がついたらいなくなってたのよ。タクの判断で帰らせたのかもしれないけど、でも全く姿を見なかったから気になっちゃって。
He is at me imploringly.
実はね、前にも何回かこういうことがあって、でも気のせいだと思ってたの。それこそタクが帰らせたんだろうって思ってて、今回はタクがちょっと変だってこともあって前みたいには思えなくて、タクにもそれとなく聞いてみたんだけどはぐらかされちゃったのよね。
He looked away and sighed.
こういう時って何かが起こりそうで嫌だわ。風向きが悪いっていうのかしら。取り越し苦労で終わってくれればいいんだけど。
He let out another sigh, then walked off down the hall. Clearly he had picked up on the fact that Taku was hiding something, but Ray found himself unable to ask about it. He could tell Taku didn't want him to, but Taku wasn't the type to lie. Once the secret got too big to hide, could he finally come clean? With that thought, I called the next patient up to pay their bill. In winter, the sun was always quick to set. As night fell, we received more and more patients, particularly those in less than scrupulous professions. As the end of my shift was approaching, an uncommon visitor walked in. He was wearing a suit and glasses, with his hair slicked back and a heavy leather briefcase in hand. He didn't look like a gangster, nor did he appear to work at a house club. Upon entering the waiting room, he spotted Sword and looked around. His gaze was calm and calculating, like he was sizing the place up. I don't think he looks bad though. So he was so different from the rest of our clientele, the patients all look at him with suspicion.
診察でしょうか。
Only then did he finally seem to notice I existed. He walked to the counter.
失礼。こういうものです。
He pulled a small case from the inner pocket of his blazer and gave me one of the business cards from inside. Fujieda Law Office, Fujieda Rio, Attorney at Law. There you have Fujieda. He is Fujieda. You were asking the other day? Here you have it. I looked up and scrutinized his face. Just then a memory flashed through my mind. Where had I seen this man before? Fujieda! Fujieda! Not G. Oh, that's right. It was with Tono at the shrine on New Year's Day. His composure was flawless back then too.
弁護士さんが何か。
Korean drama. The worst thing that I thought the same, like, isn't he like the average character in a Korean like webcomic, webtoon or something like that? He looks very similar to them. My quiet question evoked a polite smile from this Fujieda.
村瀬さんにお会いしたいのですが。
診察中です。
話はすぐに終わります。なので診察の合間にでもお会いできれば。
待ってる患者がいるんで。
10分もかかりません。
While his manners of speech was nothing but polite, his tone was insistent. Apparently, he refuses to take no for an answer. With an excited sign, I pick up the phone and delete the extension for the exam room.
はい。
弁護士が来てるんだけど。
弁護士？
氏枝さん。
今、診察中だ。日を改めてほしいと伝えてくれ。
話はすぐ終わるから、診察の合間にでも、だと。
わかった。診察が終わったら連絡する。
Taku let out a sign in resignation. He must have sensed that the lawyer had no intention of backing down. I set the phone back in its cradle, then look back at Fujieda, smiling faintly.
それで、要件は何でしょう？患者さんを待たせているので、手短にお願いします。
Before the next appointment, Taku brought Fujieda into the exam room. He asked me to tag along, so I stood next to Rei, who was already present in the room. Neither Fujieda nor Taku bothered to sit. They stood face to face in the cramped room.
何の要件で来たのかは、私よりも村瀬さんの方がよく分かってらっしゃると思いますが、私が来たのは、つまりは念押しです。
プレッシャーをかけに来たと。
そう思っていただいても構いません。とにかく当の氏はあなたが仕事をきっちりと果たしてくれさえすれば負債の軽減を約束するとおっしゃっています。
Reduce his debt? Ray and I exchanged a dubious look. Evidently, he didn't know what was going on either. Alex, that's why I was telling not to check the songs because the CDs have spoilers. No, it's not! No, it's not! How was the character called again? It's that kind of Towa. I don't remember the name of the character that Mayu's like.
組長が亡くなり、おまけに襲撃までされて、高里組は踏んだり蹴ったりな状況です。
Also, please.
それとこれとは話が別だ。
Sorry, I interrupted you. Forget about Yukino. Yeah, it's Yukino Towa. That's Yukimi Towa. Yeah, yeah. Forget that, okay? Please. Forget that you read that. Just focus on the current story. It's better that way. Fujieda paused there, using his middle finger to slide his glasses back up the bridge of his nose.
幸いなことに、当の氏も怪我一つなく無事でしたので。
His lips twisted into a cruel smirk, and he spoke suggestively.
それでは、色良い返事をお待ちしておりますよ。お仕事の邪魔をするのは心苦しいので、そろそろ失礼します。
He pulled a white A4-size envelope from his leather briefcase and set it to Taku's desk. With a smile that didn't reach his eyes, he inclined his head. Then he turned on his heel and gladly strode out of the room. Struggling to process what just happened, Ray and I stared at Taku, who gazed at the floor with his jaw clenched.
今の弁護士なんでしょ？でもなんで？負債ってどういうこと？
Ray exploded in confusion, but Taku remained silent.
高里組に借金があるのか。
At this, Taku closed his eyes, which was more than enough affirmation for me. Fujieda made it sound like Tono would lower the amount Taku owned in exchange for something else. If Tono was in charge of his debt, then the Takasato Gumi had to be involved.
そうだ。
Quietly, Taku forced the word out from the back of his throat.
それって、じゃあタクもウェブタグを体内に埋められてるっていうの？
ああ、完済するまで新興味からは出られない。
そんな。
Shocked, Ray covered his mouth with both hands.
借金返済の当てはあるのか？
For a moment, Taku's gaze flattened in hesitation, but then he nodded slightly.
大丈夫だ。
仕事っていうのは遠野に何かを頼まれてるのか？
それは詳しくは言えない。
やばい仕事じゃないわよね。
心配するな。
He smiled stiffly.
このクリニックに影響が出るようなことはないし、もちろんお前たちにも迷惑はかけない。必ず何とかする。
He spoke gently, as if to reassure us. But to me, that only made it more obvious that he was trying to gloss over something. I looked over at the white envelope Fuyeda had left on Taku's desk. It was stamped with Fuyeda Law Office on the front. Taku noticed my gaze and snatched the envelope like he was trying to hide it.
それじゃ診察を再開しよう。
With a heavy sigh, he changed the subject. Ray clearly had more he wanted to say, but since Taku was having none of it, he reluctantly left. I was confident beyond a doubt that Taku was at max capacity. He said he would figure out something out. Bullshit. After Fuyeda left, his smoke was flying all over the place. But if he still had no intention of coming clean, then all we could do was watch and wait. I snagged a glaze at his face in profile as he headed to his desk. Then I left the exam room and returned to the reception counter. After work, I was sitting on the sofa having a stiff drink when my phone started buzzing on the coffee table. It was a call from an unknown number.
はい。
トアさん、エイジです。急にすみません。
His voice was unusually panicked.
これから高里組の事務所へ来てもらえませんか。榊さんにトアさんを呼べって言われて。
榊？
はい、榊さん、今ちょっと動けない状況で。とにかくお願いします。
Then he hammered on me. It sounded like Sakaki was stuck dealing with some kind of crisis. Normally, I couldn't go out on my way to stick my nose in it, but if he was asking for me, I didn't really have a choice. So I pulled on my coat and hid out. Is a hacker boy? Yeah. Hacker boy? Yeah. At the Takasato office, one of the goons escorted me to Sakaki's study at the far end of the hall. Sakaki was sitting at his desk with a conflicted look on his face. Eiji sat on the couch nearby, playing with his cell phone.
急に呼び出してすまねえな。
Sakaki's usual warmth was gone, replaced with stern eyes beneath a frowning brow.
トアさん、急にすみません。ありがとうございます。
Contrary to when he spoke over the phone, Eiji was back to his usual unruffled self.
最近遠野の動きが露骨でな、敵意を隠す気もなくなったみてえでよ。少しでも気抜いたら危ねってんでお前に来てもらうことにしたんだ。
何かあったのか？
Sakaki gave me a weak shake of his head.
いやまだだ。だがこれから起こるだろうな。
He leaned forward, his eyes glittered intently.
実はな、村瀬先生が遠野に脅されてるらしいんだ。
So he knows.
脅されてる？
ああ、
以前からつながりはあったようですが、最近は特に。何か手伝うように強制されてるみたいですね。
借金のことじゃないのか？
聞いたのか？
ああ。タクが金を借りたのは高里組なのか？それとも当の個人か？
組から借りてる。俺が管理してるから間違いねえ。ただ組名義で遠野が勝手にどうこうしてるってんなら話は変わる。村瀬先生はどうも遠野の言いなりになってる節があってよ。前に先生と話そうとしたんだが 白を切られちまった。話したくなかったみてえでよ。その見えねえ部分が脅しと繋がってるのかもしれねえな。当然お前も遠野に監視されてるんだ。知ってたか？
I guess all those times in which Toga was feeling like someone was watching him, I guess that's why.
いや
You didn't notice? There were like 3 or 4 times some time ago that you were walking around and you were like, is people watching me? What's all this, Mayu? Dude!
場合によっちゃお前に手を出してくる可能性もある。正直なところお前をこっち側で保護しちまいたいんだが、そういうのは嫌だよな。
It's Toga secretly an idiot. I'm 100% sure he's very much an idiot. Frowning, he shot me a approving look. I nodded. Then he signed like he had seen it coming.
まあお前はそう言うだろうと思ってたよ。だから保護とは言わねえが、代わりにこっちからもお前に監視をつけてんだ。普段のお前を邪魔するようなことはない。万が一ってことがあるからな。念には念後ってことだ。ちなみに
He paused, narrowing his eyes sharply.
悪いんだがこの話は強制だ。こればっかりはいくらお前が嫌がっても引き下がるつもりはねえ。いいな。
In other words, he was going to spy on me no matter what. As much as I wanted to avoid it, I could feel Sakaki's stubborn insistence. I sighed quietly.
わかった。
それからこれはできる範囲で構わねえんだが、しばらくは先生を注意して見ておいてくれねえか。
タクを？
うん。先生の動向で遠野が何やってるかわかるかもしれねえからな。もし遠野の悪巧みに先生が乗せられちまってるようなら、こっちも見過ごすわけにいかなくなる。そうなるのは俺としても不本意だ。だからもしお前が見ていて手を貸せるようなことがあったら差し伸べてやってくれ。まあ先生には興味がねえって言うなら何もしなくていい。ただし先生がどうなるかはわからねえ。
On the surface, he phrased everything like a request, but I didn't have the option to say no. The threat was implied.
わかった。
Scoffing, I nodded. Then Eiji sprang to his feet like he was with his cue. Like that was his cue.
トワさん、これ。
Why I can't... What happened these past like 2 weeks that I forgot completely how to read this language? He walked over and handed me something. 2 battery-shaped devices plus 2 earpieces.
GPS と録音機能付きの盗聴器です。音声を感知して起動します。携帯電話はバッテリーごと取り替えちゃってください。こっちは見ての通りのイヤホンです。
He explained each item as he pressed them into my hands. Now I understood. They wanted me to spy on Taku's phone calls.
後で URL を送るので、アプリを携帯電話にダウンロードしてください。ウェブタグを追跡して位置情報を表示するアプリです。
How do you... Listen, more or less, I could do something, okay?
ウェブタグ。
村瀬先生は不採者なので、ウェブタグが埋め込まれてるんですよ。って言っても、ウェブタグの追跡は組でしかできないようになってるんで、このアプリは特別製です。あとは、マイクが音声を拾うと通知が届きます。
He was so grateful he sounded like a kid in a toy store.
村瀬先生が遠野さんから何を頼まれてるのか分かったら、榊さんに連絡してください。僕でもいいです。
ああ。
With a nod, I stuffed the gear into my coat pocket. Right as I left the office, I got an email from Eiji with an URL attached. As I started the download, I thought about Taku. As far as I knew, Taku and Tono had no established friendly relationship. In which case, tensions were high that Tono was using the threat of something other than money, some kind of dirt to make Taku do this his baby. And if Tono really was blackmailing him, maybe it was connected to all the phone calls and the studying Ray was concerned about. Either way, Taku's connection to Tono had gotten him dragged into something. I would have to solve Taku's issues, so Sasaki and Tono would duke it out by themselves. Sakaki, not Sasaki. Please let me read in peace. Brain, cooperate. But I wasn't really looking forward to dealing with this, especially bugging his phone. Whatever. All I have to do is get Sakaki the info he's looking for, and then it's over. I looked down at the new icon on my phone screen. Then, with a frustrated sigh, I woke off into the night. Back at the clinic, I walked into the waiting room. The sound of an argument echoed from the other end of the hall. I walked past the waiting room and down the hallway. The voices were coming from the exam room. Specifically, it was Ray and Taku. I couldn't tell what they were fighting over, but they both sounded hostile. When I opened the door, they both went quiet. Then they landed on me in perfect unison.
あらとは、お帰りなさい。
うん、おかえり。
喧嘩か？
Ray let out a heavy sigh.
喧嘩っていうか、ちょっと私がカチンときて一方的に怒っちゃっただけよ。
タクが何かしたのか？
He shot a side glance at the
今日ね、タクがすっごく上の空で患者さんに対する反応も適当な感じがしたの。あんまり話を聞いてないっていうか、そのうちちゃんとするかなと思って黙ってたんだけど、患者さんを突き放すようなことを言い出したから、私もうカーッときちゃって。
疲れてたんだよ。悪いと思ってる。
At this, Ray's expression twisted in fury.
私じゃなくて患者さんに謝ってよ。今日来た人全員によ。
Anime characters being taller. Maybe once I'm about to finish for today, you guys can try and guess how tall are Taku, Towa, and Ray. I think that would be funny.
俺だって常に万全なわけじゃない。
だったら休んだ方が良かったわ。本当にもう。頑張るのはいいけど、無理しすぎて仕事に影響が出ちゃうなんて本末転倒じゃない。っていうかこの際だから聞くけど、タク、私たちに何か隠してるわよね。昼休みも休憩せずにどこへ行ってるの？借金を返すため？
Taku's expression hardened.
ねえタク、私たちじゃ力になれないの？
悪いが、その話はしたくない。
タク！
Ray's splendid tone shifted into a defeated sign as he closed his eyes.
帰ってきて早々悪いな。
いや、
あとはやっておくから、もう帰っていいぞ。
With that, he left the exam room. Ray stared at the door, his expression one of the million rage and sadness. If Sakaki and Eiji were right, and Taku was involved with Tono, then no amount of needling him would get him to spill the beans. Ray had no way of learning the truth other than asking Taku directly. And it didn't help that Taku was no god doubtful at hiding things. No wonder Ray was furious. Just then, a thought occurred to me. What if I told Ray what I knew? Sakaki never said I had to keep my mouth shut. Besides, if we pulled our resources, the two of us could get this problem solved a lot faster. With that thought, I looked over at him.
タクのことで話がある。
話？何？
He looked up and over at me, puzzled. So I gave him a brief rundown of what I have heard from Sakaki. The blood drained from Ray's face, and his lips trembled.
やっぱりそうだったのね。
まだそうと決まったわけじゃない。疑いがあるだけだ。
でも、もしそれが本当の話なら、タクを助けなきゃ。タクは絶対遠野に脅されてるのよ。だから逆らえないんだわ。もしかしたら、消えちゃった患者さんも遠野のせいで。
その可能性は高いな。
何よ、ずいぶん人事っぽいわね。タクのことが心配じゃないの？
お前こそさっきまでタクに怒ってたんじゃないのか。
怒ってるわよ。でもそれは心配だから怒ってるの。タクが困ってるならもちろん助けるわ。
困ってるならな。
含みのある言い方ね。ねえとは、小さい頃からタクに見てもらってるのにちょっと薄情すぎるんじゃない？
それとこれとは別だ。まだ確かなことは何も分かってないからな。探るしかない。
まあ、それはそうね。
I pulled out Aegis listening devices and held them out for him to see.
何これ？
盗聴器だ。
え？
Ray's expression shifted in alarm.
これをタクに？
俺もこういうやり方は好きじゃない。が、手っ取り早いのは間違いない。
それはそうかもしれないけど、でもこういうのって
遠野に正面から聞きに行くか。
無理よ、そんなの。
って悩んでる間に時間が消費されるな。
これどうするの？
電話のバッテリーと付け替える。タクの携帯電話と、あとは診察室にある呼気がいい。
なるほどね。
He nodded, still frowning.
診察室の電話は今やればいいけど、携帯電話は難しいんじゃない？
あいつ携帯を持ち歩かない時もあるだろう。どこかに置き忘れてることが多い。
まあそうね。電話する時しか使わないからって言ってその辺に放り出してるのをよく見るもの。ってもしかして今日も？
He looked over at Taku's desk, and his jaw dropped.
やだ、あったわ。
I love Ray. Sure enough, Taku's cell phone was sitting atop of a stack of documents. He was so tired he must have forgotten to take it with him when he left the room. I grabbed it and popped the cover off. Then I switched it on the listening device, ramped it into the battery slot and replaced the cover. Meanwhile, Ray did the same thing with the landline phone on the corner of the desk.
これでよしと。さあ、タクが戻ってくる前に出ましょう。
Together we left the exam room.
なんだかすごく悪いことしてる気分。
With a heavy sigh, he rubbed his hand with both hands.
ねえ、あれってどうやって聞くのかしら？録音？
専用のアプリがあって音声を感知すると通知が来るらしい。それをこいつで聞く。
I pulled the earpieces out of my pocket and gave them a little shake.
貸して。
He took one and held it up to his ear.
何か聞こえるか？
でもマイクが音を拾ってるのはわかるような気がするわ。
He pulled the earpiece out and handed it back.
録音機能もあるらしい。
つくづく高里組っていうか、エイジって怖いわよね。情報もたくさん持ってるし、頼めば違法のものでも何でも用意できるんじゃないかしら、あの子。
Just then his eyes widened and he looked at me.
ねえ、タクが戻ってくるまであんたの部屋にいていいかしら。タクが一人になったら何かアクションを起こすんじゃないかと思って。もちろん何もないならそれでいいんだけど。
This was actually a pretty decent suggestion. Instead of hovering over him, it made more sense to give him a false sense of security. We exchanged a fear nod.
それじゃ
Fear nod.
3階へ行きましょう。
And so Ray and I waited in my room for Taku to return. I checked the earpiece several times but couldn't hear anything of note. Then, after about 10 minutes, I finally heard the sound of the clinic doors opening. Ray fixed me with a tense look as he sat in the chair opposite to the sofa.
帰ってきた。
He hissed under his breath, his brow frowned.
こんなことするなんて本当に嫌な気分。でもタクが何も言わないから仕方がないのよね。
It sounded like he was struggling to talk himself into it. He bit his lip. Before I could respond, however, there was another noise downstairs. But I wasn't sure exactly what it was. I pressed a finger to the earpiece, trying to focus my attention on the faint sound of sounds. It was coming from the back in Taku's cell phone. Clack, clack, clack. I realized it was probably switching the lights off on the first floor. Then I hear slow footsteps traveling down the hall. Was he heading home from the night? But then I hear a truly unspeakable noise. The footsteps stopped, replaced by the sound of a door opening. Next, I hear what sounded like a metal clacking together, followed by another door opening. Did he leave the building? I didn't recognize the sounds at all.
ドア
Ray noticed my silence and shot me a funny look. I took out my phone and opened the tracker app. Taku's signal was still coming from the clinic. He hadn't left.
様子を見に行くぞ。
え、急にどうしたの？
I didn't have time to explain. I rose to my feet. Ray hastily followed after me. We walked out of my apartment, then took the stairs down to the first floor. The waiting room was silent, dark, and devoid of human life. With the emergency lights as our only guide, we walked to the exam room. I peeked inside but couldn't hear anything.
帰ったのかしら。
いや、
I just spoke in a hastened tone as I saw it read the map of my phone. Hashet?
移動してない。
え？じゃあまだクリニックのどこかにいるってこと？
多分。
でもタクはいないみたいだし、もしかしたらそれ壊れてるんじゃないの？ちゃんと動いてる？
If so, then this was all a huge waste of time. With that thought, I exhaled.
エイジには連絡しておく。
そうした方がいいわ。はあ、なんだか拍子抜けしちゃった。
Ray shrugged, smiling weirdly.
でもこういうのも変だけど、少しだけほっとしたわ。死刑の執行が伸びたような気分。このまま何もないといいんだけどね。
After that quiet addition, he looked at me.
あたし、今日はもう帰るわね。ドアもちゃんと休むのよ。
あ
あ。なんだか大変なことになっちゃったけど。それじゃ、おやすみ。
With a weary smile, he headed for the front entrance. Left behind in the silence, I started feeling restless. I couldn't stand the quiet, but right as I was about to go back to my apartment, I heard a faint sound, and it wasn't coming from the earpieces. It sounded like something was being moved, and it was still going. Slowly, I started walking, focusing my attention in the direction of the sound. At the very end of the hall was a narrow door, unlike the others. I had never set foot inside, but I was told it was a storage room for important documents. The sound seemed to be coming from inside. I stood in front of a storage room door and listened. Sure enough, the sound was coming from inside. Holding my breath, I reached out and slowly twisted the knob. It opened. I peeked in through the tiny gap. It was dark inside, but I could see the street of tall shelves all lined up. I opened the door wider and walked in, leaving it open behind me so the emergency lights could have illuminated my path. As I passed between the shelves, I saw another door on the opposite side of the room. It had been left ajar, and light streamed out from the other side. I could hear more muffled sounds too. But right as I started to approach the far door, my phone buzzed in my hand. I looked at the screen. Apparently Taku had just started a phone call. I pulled out the earpieces and put them in my ears.
なんだ今日そっちの人間をよこしたかどういう意味だ地下の鍵が開いてた誰かが入ったってことかああ俺は指示を出してないしうちの連中には用がなければ行くなとも言ってるお前が鍵をかけ忘れたんじゃないのかそんなはずはないんだが何かがなくなってるとかそういうわけじゃないんだろうああだったらひとまずは問題ない落ち着けそうだな
I could hear Taku's voice in stereo, both through the earpiece and from the other side of the door. The bugs weren't glitched. Taku was right here, at the clinic. Beyond the door, I could see streets leading down. This was probably what he was referred to as the basement. He had referred to as the basement. Did the other employees know that the storage room had a basement? Because I was fairly sure they didn't, at the very least. Furthermore, I recognized Tono's voice on the other end of the line. Was Sakaki right about them working
ところで
together?
今日ドアが榊に会いに行ったらしいそれであいつは榊のお気に入りだ使い道があるんじゃないかと思ってなドアには常に見張りをつけてこちらで動きを把握している場合によっちゃ使わせてもらうかもしれないってことだ何お前が仕事をきっちりこなせば問題ない万が一の保険だよ例の件まで時間がない絶対に間に合わせろ
The call ended, and the phone line began to beep. Taku cursed and heard him feeling something at the floor. Then the earpiece went quiet, so I pulled it out. Careful not to make a sound, I crept out of the storage room, quietly closed the door behind me, then headed for the stairs. As I walked, my mind replayed the conversation between Taku and Tono. Sakaki was right about all of it. Taku and Tono were connected, and Tono had his guns watching me. But from the way Taku spoke, it didn't sound like he and Tono were very buddy. Clearly, Tono was forcing him into it somehow. Was it the debt? But what did Tono mean by the you know what is coming up soon? Whatever it was, he was using it to pressure Taku. Why did Taku feel the need to keep the basement a secret? What was he doing down there? Arriving back at my apartment on the third floor, I flopped down on my back on the sofa. My name had come up in the conversation. Tono said he might have a use for me. I was already more involved than I wanted to be, thanks to Sakaki's perfect foresight. Man, fuck Sakaki and Tono and Taku, fuck them all. As I looked up at the ceiling, I mulled it over. Well, unwilling to take more sleeping pills, I slammed the light, lying awake instead. I could tell morning arrived from the way it lit at the closet blinds in the window. Slowly, I sat up. I didn't have a headache this time, but my body felt like lead. Hoping to clear the fog from my mind, I lit a cigarette. After a long draft and exhale, there was a knock at the door.
どうは起きてる
That was a tense scene, right? I was not even though I have played this already, I cannot be the only one that thought that scene was really tense. It was Ray. I grabbed my phone off the coffee table and checked the time. 9 a.m. Still plenty of time before my shift. It was very atmospheric.
あ
At my response, he timidly enters the room. Last night, while I was utterly unable to sleep, I had called Ray and told him everything I had overheard between Taku and Tono. Despite the only danger being Taku. When I told him Taku didn't sound like an enthusiastic participant, Ray started raging about how it was proof that Tono was blackmailing him. So much intrigue. I told you the story was actually very good, and this is only one of the routes. At that point, I found myself hesitant to tell him about the secret basement, or that my name had come up. Just so you get an idea, in each different route, we get to discover different sides of the city and how things work here, more or less. So, yeah, how things go. It was already strange to process all this new, less than fun information about Taku. If I kept peeling more and more onto him, he might blow a gasket and go storming off to confront Taku directly. The gladiator... You eventually. Today, however, he seemed a lot calmer. The look on his face suggested there was a lot on his
昨日
mind.
の夜トアから電話をもらった後少し冷静になって考えてみたの。
You mean the deathmatch area, right?
タクに対していろいろと思うことや言いたいことはたくさんあるけど
Yeah, don't worry, we will be there.
タクが本当に遠野に脅されてるんだとしたら私たちも慎重に動かなきゃいけないって。向こうは高里組だもの。目障りになったら何をしでかすか。だからどうしたらいいのかは全然わからないけど考えなきゃって。
He paused, taking a deep breath.
とりあえず今日は普通にタクを手伝うわ。でももしまた何か分かったら教えて。
Is there another? I don't think I could call it that. Just you wait. I need to stop talking, man.
あ
I know. A small, relieved smile crept out of his face, and he left the room. After he was gone, I switched on the TV and let the static fill the void. Then I sat on the sofa and had a smoke. What bugged me the most was the basement. I hadn't explored it yet, but the memory of the light seeping it through the cracks was run into my eyelids. But what exactly was down there? At the very least, it was one of the secrets tying Taku and Tono together. I narrowed my eye and exhaled white cigarette smoke. While I was concerned about Taku, there was no point in staying in my apartment for hours on end. I crushed my cigarette in the ashtray, rose to my feet, and pulled on my coat. Okay, and I think with that we are going to end it for the day. I can't help wanting to figure it out. When I first started this game, honestly, the last thing I had in mind was the no safe for work scenes. I wanted to figure out what was going on, why Towa ended up being like Towa, what was all those nightmares about. I was like, what happened to him? And what is going on in all these the roots overall? Like, my main focus was to discover what was Towa's past. So, yeah. In a sense, I mean, the true root is the one that explained the most, but you discover tiny bits here and there in all of them. So yeah, is seeing Madarame. We have to finish Taku and Rei before we get to Madarame. Is it because of his soundtrack? Like, because of his ending songs? Title menu. I guess you like his songs a lot, huh? Okay, as I told earlier, I like the cool guys type. I wonder what you will think once we are in his route and once we have met him. As I told you, you guys are going to try and guess how tall are the characters. So, I have said, let me see the characters. Try to guess, how tall do you think is Towa? Let's go. How tall do you think it's Towa? And from there you can base it all based on like the sprites we get to see in the game, like the difference in the height, whatever, you get the idea. Try to guess, how tall do you think he is? That's way too tiny! That's way too tiny! Towa is the king of manglets, probably taller than the shortest but short. Okay, try to make a guess, like an actual guess. 170, 164. 164 is still kind of tiny. Okay. He is 175 centimeters. 175 centimeters tall. He's a decent height, I would say. Not so, like, not super tall, but also, like, he's not tiny either. He's an average guy, yeah. Okay, try now to guess Taku. Try to guess Taku now. Interestingly enough, the wiki, don't check the wiki, it's full of spoilers. It says the smoke as aura instead of, in the game it's called smoke, but in the wiki's list as aura. Interesting. 80. Oh, you think he's tall? He's 177 centimeters. Not millimeters. Wait, you get the centimeters. No, centimeters, not millimeters. Ah, brain! Yeah, 177. He's not that tall, guys. He's just slightly taller than Towa. He looks so much taller. I guess because his shoulders are like wider, so that's why he looks like he's bigger. Because his shoulders are like way bigger. No! But yeah. Okay, whatever. Now try to guess Rei. Try to guess how tall is the bright boy. I'm so stupid. No way, he's super tall. 178. What about you, GMP? Any guess? 170. Oh, he is 179 centimeters. He's taller than Taku. My boy, he's taller than Taku. By the way, wait, let me tell you the age of them too. Surprising, yeah. So as we saw today, Towa is going to be like 20. Is going to be 27. So currently in game he's 26. Rei is 25-year-old. Rei is taller, but he is small in a way. Do you want to guess how tall is Madarame? Madarame is 39 years old. Try to guess Madarame. Even though you haven't seen him properly yet. He gotta be big. $185, almost 186 centimeters tall. He big indeed. He big indeed. The only one currently left is Fujieda, the lawyer we saw earlier today. Build like a yo-yo character. First character taller than me. Madarame be big. How tall do you think the lawyer that we saw earlier talking with Taku is? He looking like tall, lanky. Give me numbers. A number. 2 meters. I mean, 183. Wow, you have gotten way better at this. 182 centimeters. And we don't know how old is he. But yeah, he's 182. He is taller than Taku and Rei. But yeah, good guess there. I still don't have an ending screen. This is fine. Yeah, you noticed. Okay. Here's stuck the layer of people that okay. Alex, the 100 centimeter man. I don't know why I found that so funny. Either way, I have to go. I have to go and start preparing dinner. Oh, and all of that. So see you guys tomorrow. I will keep working on Towa's Chibi because none on the current commissions I'm working on, I can show them on stream. So yeah, more Towa tomorrow, guys. You are going to get sick of looking at his face. Thanks for listening. Thank you for coming, guys. Hope you're enjoying the story so far. Okay, then. Bye-bye. Bye.